Hey guys, this is Geek Week in Review with me, Malcolm, and Little John.
Hello.
And it's good to see Little John back. And we're going to
Yep.
start off with asking John how he's been since the last chat he was in.
Things have been going pretty well. First full week of work felt really good. Been a very long time since I did 40 hours a week. Body's a little worn out, but got to keep up with my geeky chat and my buddy Malcolm. We got to keep in contact and put the tash a little bit, hopefully, and see how this week went. How are things with you?
Things are doing good with me. Got a whole load of movies. Chilled out. Had a fit yesterday because the hot weather was like this. So that was always good. And had a little bit of a exciting time. Had pizza, sat back, watched kung fu movies. The usual. Some people might call that boring. I call it the thrill of my life.
Hey,
So,
those are my many Friday nights right there growing up, man.
there you go. So it's awesome.
You should go to this one place in a town called Martinez.
Yeah.
Bella Roma Pizza had the best pizza in the entire state, I swear to God.
Is this one of those things where you believe that, but it actually isn't? It's because you think it is.
Well, it's my own personal feeling. Thank you for crushing that, by the way.
because people always do that, don't they, with their Chinese food? Like, oh, it's the best Chinese food in all the world. And then you go somewhere else and somebody else says it. And
well, this is long before Yelp or the internet. But no, it just had a unique taste. And when you sat down in this place, okay, they had an organ.
yeah,
You'd have to sit out there and play for hours. And there'd be this toy train that ran over your head. It had puffing smoke and the whole deal.
yeah.
And they had railroad lights when they'd have a train song, and the railroad lights would go off and all this. But I'd take that home on a Friday night, and 11 o'clock when the kung fu movie started, heat up some freaking pizza, watch four or 5 hours of kung fu movies, just chowing on pizza.
What you'd be chowing on pizza for 4 hours?
Yeah.
So how many pizzas did you get?
But a full pizza to myself.
Yeah, I can do that. I can eat that in half an hour.
Oh no, I savored it, man. I love that stuff. I was all alone, and when the whole house was asleep, I'm like, what, 12 years old? Hell, I didn't care.
Oh, you're 12.
Yeah.
No wonder it took you 4 hours. I was like, wow. So this pizza place had a train going around.
Yeah, or just right the track right above your head. It had like certain stops where there'd be like a Tweety bird, the little bird sound, and kids would just be they're mesmerized. Whoa, a train! It was awesome.
Is it still around?
No, actually, it closed down about 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, that's depressing.
The owners have been there for like 30 years.
Yeah.
They finally sold out. Some other guy bought them, and that tanked in like 3 months.
Don't just hate that though. I mean, as much as I like pizza and Domino's, I like those other ones.
Yeah, I like the old mom and pop ones,
Yeah, where they feel more personal.
Exactly.
But the problem is, it's like everything. You've got places like CEX and that buying out mum and pop stores, like getting rid of things like Blockbuster with streaming, and you've got the same with food, with places like Domino's and that getting rid of these mum and pop ones, which. When you think about the personal service, like you'd call up, we'd go in there, they'd know you, they'd make it quick, or they'd give you something extra just because you're a regular. You don't get that anymore.
Yeah, very few of those around. Because everything now, you don't have to even touch anybody now. When you order online, they drop it at your house. You can pay for it before they even come.
Yeah.
Drop it at your house, you sign a little thing, and you're done.
That's why I get annoyed with the whole tip system, when it comes to getting like pizza and that. Right. Not because I don't want to do it, but because I want to be able to get the money out of my wallet and I want to go, here you go, And most of the time you don't do that now because that's not really an option.
Yeah, cash is not really a big option these days.
I mean, eventually we won't have any cash. We'll just be using cards.
Yeah.
It already happens on bus cards and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we'll just be scanning our cards and everything.
Well, I mean, even with the buses now, they can buy around here you can buy like a 1-day pass for like $3.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
just zoom, zoom, zoom. You're ready to go all day.
I mean, in England, when I used to be there, we had the Oyster, where you put like 20 quid on and you could go on like 15 journeys or so, depending on the price.
It's
I
pretty
think it
good.
was like £1.30 a journey, but after you reach a certain... oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Once you reach a certain, you know, like price, you don't
Yeah.
pay anything else. So I think it was like once you pay like $3.90 or something, you weren't paying something else, I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think that was the system at one point. But
you know, a lot of that stuff's dying out. You know, it's all about speed. It's all about
it's like
just basically about speed and about trying to save money. If you buy a lot in bulk, you save money.
yeah. Well, it's like family time, isn't it? That's dying out as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, Trey and I go out and everyone's sitting. We're sitting down to a restaurant. We make sure our phones are off in our pocket. You see everyone else around us like,
oh, don't get me started on that.
jeez.
I don't have a mobile phone over here because I don't need one. Everybody I talk to is online, or I can call them on the normal phone. You know, and because I don't live Donna, I don't need to go anywhere because me and Donna rarely split up.
Right.
So, and if she was going to call, she'd call on the home phone. So, I get annoyed when I go out. I saw these people. They're sitting at hotels together, yet they're both on their phones, acting like they're on their own.
Yeah.
You know, mobile phones have destroyed society.
That's like one of Trey's main topics in school, because they let her pick any topic that's not too controversial or too overdone. So make her main topic for her English class is about how mobile phones have changed our lives and changed the world.
Yeah.
It's the exact kind of thing. People will go out together. Well, they're like this, and then they order their food, and they're back doing this again.
Well, my cousin. Hey, I'll tell you a story about me and my cousin. The cousin we were talking about last night.
Yeah.
I'd go and meet him every week. I'd get on the bus and bark into Ilford, which only took about 20 minutes, and I'd get off and I'd talk to him, right? And we'd go around the shops. Every time we were out, he'd get a phone call. He'd be on that phone for half an hour while I was walking next to him, and he would say to me, "Mel, you can't get frustrated at me for this because this is work." But 5 minutes it would be work. The rest would be like, "Oh, did you see that film the other day? Oh, yeah, I really like that film," so forth,
Right.
And if I'm in a shop, he goes outside and has to look on Facebook, look on his mobile phone. He can't stand there with me while I'm looking.
Nope.
Because he has to look at his phone. All right? And stuff like that really irritates me because I'm like, I'm not here to spend time with your phone. I'm here to spend time with you.
Right.
When I used to go to my mum's, I used to get texts from people. I just ignore them. Unless it was something really important, like oh, your nan's in the hospital or something, I'd leave it. I used to turn it off while I'm at my mum's just out of respect.
Right.
But people don't do that anymore, do they?
No, that's basically another appendage now.
Yeah, it's like another thing is this thing with people that think they can get hold of, but they should be able to get hold of you within a few minutes.
Well, I have a friend of mine that he'll call me. I'm busy. I'm doing whatever. Then he calls right back. I'm still doing the thing I was doing 2 minutes ago. And then he calls back a third time. So by then I'm like, well, maybe it's got to be something important. He calls 3 times for 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I call him back. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, to watch a basketball game? I'm like, well, does this require 3 phone calls? He's like, I just want to talk to him all. I'm busy. I will call you back. Want to know about the last night's Warriors game does not require 3 urgent phone calls.
No, it doesn't.
No. You call me once, leave a message, tell me what you want. I'll call you back when I have the time.
Well, my cousin again, an uphill. they'll send you a message, and you may have your Facebook on or whatever, and you may not be there. Because sometimes, like me, I have my Facebook on, but I might be talking to Donna.
Right.
Because I might have been doing something on there, like, putting posters or whatever, what I was trying to figure out. And Donna might have called me or something. So when people send me a message, they're like, why aren't you there? Are you ignoring me? And you're like, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just got my Facebook on like I'd have any normal web page on.
It's just
It's like you and me. We talk on Facebook a lot, right? We don't get angry because we know we're going to reply to each other at some point.
Eventually, yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? So I get frustrated with that stuff because I feel like people are not patient anymore.
Oh no, they have zero patience for anything these days.
It's like you have to do this, you have to do that. I go in shops and all I see, like we're going to CEX, and they'll be on their phones in there, and you're like, "Can I get served, please? Let me finish this text first." Well, texting isn't working time.
Yeah, when someone walks up, you put it down before they get there, and you'll bring up instead of sitting there, hold on. No, you don't do that.
You see people doing it in their cars while they're driving.
Oh yeah, that's a big no around California. Oh boy.
I know in England they made that against the law.
Oh yeah.
I do understand that because I don't agree with that stuff. My dad never did it when he drives. He's always the Bluetooth guy, like, hey, how you doing? This is the thing on the Bluetooth. Hey, how you doing? Are you touching yourself? Oh, yeah. If you right beside him. Oh, one minute.
It's not like Barry White and Darth Vader.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like it. I never forget because my dad drives, like a shuttle.
Right.
In England. It's just really funny because I always have these things, because he likes to women, I always have these weird ideas of him being in the shuttle completely naked, dancing around near a camera.
Oh,
God. He always goes, "Mel, I'll never do that." And I go, "But could you imagine how epic that would be if it ended up on some sort of site?"
That'd be funny. One night, he gets off work. Thinks he's the only guy left in the entire lot and shit. Looks around. No one's around. Hey, rubbing his butt in the seats. There's someone out there with a camera going, "Yeah, keep going." Next day on YouTube, they go his work. Everyone's like, "Yeah, good job."
Imagine if that went viral.
Oh, everyone would be like, "Oh, it's Malcolm's dad."
Oh, dude, that'd be an awkward chat, wouldn't it?
Oh, that'd be a weird little chat there, boy.
But I don't know. I think we've lost. I think as we move forward, towards growing in the fact we grow in technical stuff and technology, I feel like we lose more of ourselves.
Exactly, because don't get me wrong. People like you and I, we love all this technology.
Yeah.
I like having my computer and my tablet and my phone and my iPods or whatever, But the difference between them and us is that we know when to put that stuff down. Well, and what's actually important in life.
Well, this is the thing. As much as we love all that, at the same time, we don't need it. Yeah. I would say the most important things to me when it comes to technology are a computer and a TV and DVD.
Right.
That's Blu-ray, right? But I can pull that down and sit down and talk to Donna for like 5-6 hours or whatnot because that's more important.
Yeah.
But people just, as we move forward, it's like this augmentation stuff. When that stuff happens, people will be stuck in that. They will not be able to go backwards, like this VR helmet stuff or headset stuff. Mm-hmm. Eventually that will be the end of a lot of people's lives because they'll sit there with it on all the time.
Yeah.
And stuff like that is the early signs of us being taken over by technology even more so.
Well, this is on the analogy, but have you seen the pilot episode for the new Scream TV series?
I have.
That first girl, and she's walking. Goes to her house, She has a freaking touchpad. Turn on lights. Turn on radio. Turn on television.
Turn on the vibration in the swim pool.
I mean, she has a touchpad for every for every physical thing that has to be done. There's something else controls it.
It's funny you say that, because before we get to that, because we want to talk about that, the pilot of Square, right?
Yeah.
Donna, when we got the Xfinity stuff, Donna said there's a control with voice commands on it. How lazy is that?
Oh, that's very lazy.
And I was like, well, we're not going to use it because we don't watch Xfinity anyway, even though we've got the package. Right? I mean, who needs voice to turn the TV over? I mean,
channel 42. I mean, is that really that difficult? Have we gotten that lazy that we can't turn our own channel with our own remote?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I can understand people who are paralyzed.
Oh, sure.
And stuff like that. But I think they should be given that. I don't think we should be given that. Because we don't need it. You get what I mean? Back when I was a kid, we got off our lazy butt, walked to the television, and turned the channel ourselves. Exactly. I mean, hell, there was a time when you didn't have controllers.
Yeah.
We had to turn the thing and then adjust it.
Because you only got 13 channels.
Yeah. Hell, and before that, you got 3.
Yeah, and then odd analogies like Jeff Foxworthy. And they said that, the whole thing with, if the president was was giving a speech that night, your night was shot. Because you had like 5 channels and he's on every channel. He's sitting there flipping and he's on every channel. That's all you had,
Well, I remember when the Queen would be on every channle.
Yeah, I imagine.
Now the Queen's on one channel at Christmas and everybody else doesn't bother.
Oh yeah.
But there was a time when you'd actually turn the channel and go, it's the Queen, it's the Queen, it's the bloody Queen again. You'd have different angles.
I mean, now you can watch TV on your damn phone.
Yeah, I've done that in the past. I've watched porn on my phone.
Well, who hasn't? Me personally, I have never done such a thing on iPhone.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That would be wrong.
But it's amazing how the quality looks the same as if it's on a computer.
Well, yeah, I mean, you get most phones now are high def.
Yeah.
So the stuff you watch can actually be pretty good quality. I mean, like this, you can't see very well, but
I remember it's crazy because I remember waking up in the mornings and I'd put my phone on and I'd just watch like a TV show on it before I got up because I couldn't be bothered to get up and put one in the DVD player.
Right.
But it's amazing. It's amazing because this is one of those subjects you can talk about for hours upon hours.
Oh yeah.
And there will never be a right or wrong answer because everybody feels differently.
Yeah, no, there's some people that still own those, ancient 1965 freaking televisions that weighed 8,000 freaking pounds.
Well, it's funny because I remember when I was a kid, my dad gave me a Nokia.
Oh yeah.
And I remember thinking this phone, because it's my first mobile.
Sure.
Yeah, it was my first mobile. And I remember going, wow, this is incredible. Oh, Nokia. Before we had the colour and everything. I was like, I can do so much stuff with this. Oh my God, a call. Well, I didn't have anybody to call, but I used to be like,
I have a phone. I can do nothing with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all it was for me, because it had my mum's number, my nan's number, that program did it in case I've ended up in trouble somehow.
Right.
And I remember I'd be like, when I first used it, I was like, oh, Mum, it's how you go. Because it was so rude to me, And now a mobile phone has so much on it that we don't even need to use it to call people.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can Skype on there. You can Google Plus. You can do everything.
Now, when I was in England, I Skyped Donna on it. I Skyped because my dad owns, I don't know why, but he likes to pay for like 7 different mobile phones on contract.
Yeah, I wonder why.
So when I was over there, he gave me an iPhone 6 or 5, whatever it was at the time. I can't remember.
Right.
It was one of them. And he gave it to me and he said, there you go. And I would call Donna on Skype on it because it would be free.
Sure.
right? So I talked on it and everything, and I'd be going on. I'd be like, "Oh, I sure miss this phone because I used to use it all the time." You know, these type one. And I remember when I left and I go back, I was like, you know what? These phones, they're nothing.
Yeah.
Because I remember, what was it? My cousin or my dad said to me before I came with it, "Oh, you're really going to miss your phone, aren't you? You're giving up something that you really love for a woman." And I went, hold on. So you're saying I'm giving up a mobile phone, a bit of technology, for a woman who's alive? He's got beautiful skin, you know, something that's so real and so full of life. But I'm giving up a phone, so that's worse.
That's what you're. It's so amazing you're giving that up for someone you love. Are
Yeah,
you
yeah, exactly. So, you know, it just always amazed me. But I just think now that like everything, like consoles and all sorts of things, we get way too much stuff on one thing. If I have a phone, I want to be able to use it to call people. I don't care about all the other stuff. I like having like DVD profiler on it, which I don't have now on a mobile phone, which is annoying because I could use it when I was out
right?
to know whether or not I had a certain film if I wasn't sure. But I can live without that.
Right.
I used to use it to listen to music.
Sure.
I can do that on the computer. Don't need that. I used to look at my emails on it. I can do that on the computer. You know what I mean? So it's important, but it's not important when you think about it in a life sense.
I mean, for emergencies, you would definitely need one.
No,
For
you just.
but
I'm,
as far as everyday life, there's no need. I mean, there's so much crap attached to it. This app cannot be deleted because some company paid Nokia or Apple or LG or whoever to have their app permanently put on their phone.
I'm sorry, I disagree about needing it in case of emergency. If there is an emergency, you need to be able to make a help sign and set it on fire. If you don't know these common skills,
You find some gasoline, pour it on your phone.
yes, there you go. There you go. Because if there's a massive
up.
explosion, people will hear it and people will come running.
Then you put it on your hand, and before it engulfs your hand, you toss it in the air, and it blows up, and you're ready to go.
If people don't know, when there's an emergency, you take off your clothes, you point a help sign, and you set on fire, and you run down the road naked. That way, you're likely to be noticed, and somebody will grab hold of you, and hopefully there'll be somebody who's
no one's
going
going to want to help you. No one's going to help you. They're going to call Bellevue. Put you on a 5150 hold for 48 hours to figure out why you're running down the street naked.
Because you're lost. Emergency.
I'm lost. Where am I?
It's like me, talking about how things changed. I grew up on the principle of if you see an elderly person struggling, you help them. Like if you see them, carrying bags and they're struggling or they've got too much, you go, "Can I help you with that?"
Right.
Because it's very old-fashioned now, but that's how you should be.
I still do.
And whenever I do it, the looks I get, like I'm going to run off with their bags and shit.
Well, because people have had bad experiences, compared to when when you were growing up compared to now.
I get it. I remember
Everyone has an ulterior motive. That's the problem.
I remember saying to one elderly woman, "Would you like help with that? Because I can see you're struggling." And she went, "No, I don't need your sort of help with me. You youngsters are all thugs." And I was like, okay. And I just took a trolley over to her. So there you go. Because she was carrying them in her hands.
Right.
So I just took a trolley over. I bought a trolley for like 10 quid and gave it to her. So there you go. And she was like, "Oh, thank you, Sonny. Thank you." I went, "It's too late now, love. See you." But it just annoys me because, I will help people like that,
I still try to do it all the time.
Sometimes me and Donna are out and I see somebody struggling to grab something, I'll grab it and go, "Here you go." You know what I mean? Because I believe those are the things that show how we are in life. It's the good things we do that we don't look at doing, and they just happen. But
all those small things make so much of a difference.
Yeah, That's what I mean, you know. By you helping that person, you've changed their life. It doesn't seem that way, but you have.
But they just think everyone's so crappy and so this and so that. And then they see you. Oh, you hold the door open for. Oh, let me hold up for you. It looks heavy until you get inside out and put it in your cart.
Yeah.
You just completely changed their outlook for the day.
Yeah. Well, I remember I was in England. I was out with my mum. This is when I visited. We went to opticians, and this really woman, she came on to me. Right, at work there. It's like, oh, hello, and all this, and was hitting on me. And I was like, oh, right. And my mum was looking at me and that, and I said to her, I said, look, I said, it's nice, but I said, it's nice and it's flattering, but I'm happily married. And I got my wallet out and showed Donna, because I always do that. I showed boy Donna.
Yeah.
And she was seeing the look I got. It was like, it was annoying, just like,
Huh.
But I was like, I'm happily married. It's always nice. It's nice when people show you attention, but I'm not the type of guy that goes, oh, you know what? Oh, the wife, no. I'm the type of guy that's like, this is my wife. I love my wife. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm always nice. One woman came on to me once, and she was pushing herself on me.
Oh, jeez.
I said to her, look, I'm happily married. So I don't care about it. I went, well, you just fuck the right off then, you piece of shit. Right? You know what I mean? Because I was getting so angry.
Lord, yeah.
Right? Because if I tell somebody nicely, look, I'm married, and then they carry on, I get so angry because I'm like, I'm married.
That's
I respect
crazy.
my wife. You know what I mean? I've done it in front of Donna. Donna's seen it.
And crazy over nothing?
Donna's been away. She's walked around the corner with me yelling at somebody.
Right.
Because I've been like, I'm married. And then I've gone to, Donna, can come over. This is my wife. Now, fuck the right off, all right, before I get mental. All right? And then they normally just go like this. Okay.
Love it. Before I get mental.
There was this thing in England once. And these two guys, I was going through a really rough period.
Right.
And these two guys were following me down the road, and they were going to try and mug me. All right. I know it because of the way that they were like, yeah, behind my back. So
right.
I had a beard. I had this long beard.
Right.
And my hair was fuzzy. So all of a sudden I just stopped. I started going like this. John. I went, I need to kill somebody. Right. Well, I turned around and they were licking it down the road.
And they're like, whoop, bye.
Yeah, they were like, see ya. And they were off on their journey, running away, because they were like, shit, not messing with this guy. Because I looked at them like this. So let's talk about the Screen pilot.
I was a bit disappointed in it.
I liked the beginning. I like the beginning bit. I thought it's quite cool, the heads up stuff. But I thought the rest of it was very predictable, and I felt like, how could they carry on this as a series?
Yeah, just the whole thing just said so many cliches that it just, to me, it was not good at all. I mean, the whole thing with, now there's the new handsome guy that no one knows about, and then there's the kid who played this is what happens in horror flicks,
Yeah.
Just it was
that was Randy from the movies.
Exactly. I just thought it was dumb.
I just felt like this whole backstory about this guy who killed Paul 20 years ago, and where is he? Because his body never was found, and he was with this girl Daisy, and at the end you found out who Daisy was. I just found it to be very predictable and very cheap.
I thought just the change of the mask, which I thought was real stupid, and just the whole thing, it's just going to be another TNA fest at MTV.
Well,
everyone's in the sleeping with everybody else. Well, one of the opening scenes is girl on girl makeout.
But it's MTV, isn't it? It's for teenagers to get excited over.
Yeah, it does not do just not. It's just bad.
I mean, episode 2 and 3 have been on,
Yeah,
and they're not. I haven't seen them yet, but I'm not looking forward to it.
yeah. I mean, I believe we have them recorded. If not, they're on demand. I'm not worried about it. But just didn't do. I expected a lot more,
Yeah.
hoping for more. But I guess that's what you can expect nowadays from MTV.
Yeah, MTV. I mean, they've had a few good shows, but other than that, I find them to be very lackluster.
Yeah, and the whole thing with the whole 16 and married or whatever the hell that the show is with the teenagers who have babies.
Oh, 16 and pregnant.
Yeah.
Teen Mum.
Teen Mom, stupidest show ever.
Well, yeah, but you've watched it.
I know I keep up on TMZ a lot. They have all the arrests on there of all the people who've been in that show.
What you mean is you watch Teen Mum regularly,
Mm,
and because you watch it, you find out all this information because you need to find out all the latest information on it by going on TMZ.
no, and oh yeah,
So find out somebody like 16 pregnant Teen Mum. That's interesting. Oh dear.
well since I don't even know the name of the stupid show, that should tell you something.
You pretended because as soon as I said you were like, yeah, that's it. You were pretending.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
There's a couple of shows I like on there. I like The Hard Times of R.J. Bergen. I liked Awkward. But I don't normally like anything else on there because it normally,
Didn't R.J. Bergen already get canceled?
Yeah, it got cancelled ages ago. Had 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's what my buddy worked on the animation part of that one.
Seriously?
100%.
Because that animation was great.
He was the animation director of that. Put it that way.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because I thought the animation in the show was fantastic.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, he worked on that for. They hired him from day one.
Because I like the show. The one thing I don't like about MTV is when they beep out swear words.
Yeah.
Because when they release them on Burn on Demand, they've still got the beeps in them.
That's stupid.
Because in Awkward, they'll say something like shit, and they go beep, 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 beep.
It's like kids nowadays can handle that easily. That's no big deal.
Well, hell, when I was a kid, I never swore, right? But now you walk down the road, you see a 4-year-old go, motherfucker, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, kids nowadays, they have no filter whatsoever.
Shit. I remember the first time I heard like a 4-year-old swear. I remember my mum was out, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then I remember the next one, I gave a high five to him, went, yeah.
Yeah, well, back when I was 4 or 5 and did that, oh no, Dad didn't care where we were. That's him sitting down and tanning my ass for 2 minutes.
Well, you want to talk about that? What? My mum, I used to cry to my mum because I didn't get what I wanted. I was baby. I was like toddler kid.
Sure.
I still do it now, but don't tell anyone, right? And I just go, Mum, I can't have this Action Man or whatever it was.
Right.
I said no. We'd be in a grocery store, right? And she'd eventually get angry. My grandma would pull my pants and be like, all right? And nobody would care.
Nope.
Right? Now, if someone does that, they grab all the person, go, get off that person, and all this. And you're like, okay. Yeah. Because now it's technically illegal to hit your child.
Yeah, they'll call the police on you now.
I think it's wrong. I think there's hitting your child, and I think there's hitting your child.
Well, no, if you can't, if your kid's screwing up somewhere and you pop him in the face, that's assault.
Yeah.
You take him to the side, you pop him in the ass. That's disciplining the child.
Pop them in the ass. That's an interesting tone, isn't it? Pop them in the ass. I like that. I'm gonna pop you in the ass.
And that growing up, I got plenty of ass whoopings.
So did I. My mum smacked me quite a bit. I wasn't a bad child. I just did the odd wrong thing, and and things happened, and my mum did that, and it made me a better person.
Yeah.
because it taught me respect.
I'll straighten you out, man. You remember that pain.
I never get my dad belting me.
Oh yeah.
And I never forget when that buckle would hit. Sometimes it hurt like fuck.
Oh
right? Yeah. And my dad had this thing where he'd get the belt, he'd go like this with it.
Snap it. Oh yeah.
Before he was going to do it.
Oh yeah.
And that would petrify the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
I'd be running and everything, and I'd never get away. So we went like a small flat. So.
Oh no. No. You're not going to get anywhere.
Oh, it was one.
The thing is, I've said this before. My pop, he wouldn't come from here and pop you there, right? He'd come from back here, and wow,
my dad was like that. He didn't do it a lot, but he did it. You know what I mean? Oh, but to the way I'm grateful that they did do that because it taught me right and wrong.
It straightens you. I bust out a window of a neighbor's. Well, the big window. Dad had to pay for it. Well, he's like, well, you deserve a good ass beating. So 5 good shots, and I wailed and I cried, but I never did that shit again. I tell you that right now.
only 5.
Yeah.
I just remember the pain after.
Oh yeah. Well, thing is, again, 5 good ones. That's not pop, 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 pop. That's boom. But just, each one harder than the other.
It's funny because I remember it being so painful. I remember hating it, but at the same time, I'm glad it happened because it did teach me a lot.
I'm sure whatever you and Donna do in private with spanking is.
Well, it did teach me a lot for that, didn't it?
A little baby Huey outfit, with your thumb in your mouth, whatever's clever, man.
How the hell did you know? I put a propeller hat on and everything. I can't believe you know this.
Propeller on my head.
And it goes around. I go like this. Hello. Wow. I can't believe you figured out my secret.
What do you think about your DVD box set?
Oh dear.
Greatest hits.
Hey, I'll bring one out and it'll be weird. I'm thinking about, that's one I want to talk to you about actually. I'm thinking of making a documentary.
Of?
Me.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
All right. And no, not about me as in me, but as me as a movie collector.
Oh.
I'm thinking about writing these questions, getting Dot to ask me them, and recording it and kind of like talking about, like, for instance, when did I start? Do you think it's a mental illness? And stuff like that. And kind of like having a little 30-minute, 40-minute documentary.
Huh. Then have have a camera that pans over your entire collection.
It's gonna pan down my movies, but it's also gonna pan like over me and have me walking going like this.
Like the old Kung Fu masters.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And talking about when I started collecting, what some of my favourite films or what made me, you know what I mean? Like, I was also thinking about doing this series on YouTube about my life and talking about from when I was born to now, right, over different videos, and being really real about it too.
That could be a bit difficult. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't mean, obviously, certain things, you know what I mean? But I mean real in the sense that it's about the things that I want to talk about, but maybe not other things, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But what I mean is real, like, for instance, like growing up what it was like in school. What it was like with my family, but not in a over-the-top way of actually saying everything.
Well, yeah, not don't want to say everything.
But you get what I mean. What I mean is basic stuff, so people can get a average idea of certain things, like, like growing up, what school was like, what it was like living with my family, but doing it in the most simplest ways.
Well, the thing is, I can see. I mean, so it just started out kind of funny, but I can actually see it happening because you have. I'm sure you have old pictures of yourself, obviously,
Yeah.
and you just sort of scan over a picture of yourself, and oh, when I was 4, but I remember, and this set me in the path to do this, and I remember seeing my first movie and see a picture of yourself at that age or 7,
Yeah.
as an example, 7 years old. This is me
Yeah.
at 7, this is me at 7, and I saw my first Jackie Chan movie at this place on this channel, and it was this movie, and that's where started my passion and my love for martial arts movies.
Yeah.
That I could see.
Yeah, and that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. I'm not talking about going into detail about extreme hardships in my life,
Right.
because there's certain things that's no one else's business but your own.
Damn right.
But I would like to talk about some things, like what it was like being bullied in school, for instance. Stuff like that. And kind of like what it's like living with autism.
Right.
Stuff like that. They're the things I would like to talk about from my own personal view. But not stuff to do with like family history and stuff like that and other things. I don't want to get.
That's nobody's business.
What's that?
That's nobody's business.
Yeah, but I want to just talk about things that everybody would talk about, like bullying and stuff like that. So don't worry about that bit, you know what I mean? Because I'm not going to go over the top and be like, this is my whole life. But I thought it'd be interesting going to say, like what got me into martial arts movies properly. What got me into movies, what people changed my life at different parts of my life, and stuff like that. Because I thought it'd be kind of an interesting series to kind of talk about.
It would be.
And it would be kind of an interesting vlog kind of system. That won't be a vlog, it kind of would be.
Yeah.
So thought it'd be kind of interesting because I thought the problem with me is people see me in these chats and I talk and I'm a very intelligent guy.
Well,
I try to be anyway, right? And,
I'm sorry, I killed your vibe. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all right. But I'd sneeze then, but it went away. And but I thought, oh dear, you get that thing where you go sneeze, but it doesn't.
Just sitting there.
Yeah, but and I thought it'd be interesting.
Best thing to do is look at a bright light.
Oh fuck! That didn't work. That was horrible.
Well, not for more than half of a second. You're like,
Hello.
No. Always worked for me.
Weird. But anyway, because I thought people get to me now, I talk about it so much, and I feel like in some chats I don't talk about hardly anything, and I felt like I could make these little videos where I'm talking about certain things properly, and I'm going into detail, and I'm talking about like how this affects me. Like I'd like to say how seeing Jackie Chan and certain other people affected me as a kid, and how it changed my life, and why I don't like when certain people only know people like Bruce Lee, because I respect Bruce Lee, I love Bruce Lee for who he was, but there's so much more out there. I want to talk in detail and talk properly. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So not like how we do in the chats, you and me, but with pictures and stuff as well,
Yeah.
because I feel like there's so much I could bring on my channel and so much I could talk about, but I just don't because I'm lazy. Do you know what I mean? That's what it feels like. So
you need to be honestly buy a proper camera, because don't use your phone or for your that kind of stuff. But if you're gonna bust out some old pictures, get a good camera, get some good angle, and it could actually work pretty well.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on it. Take me time, but I'll do it.
That's something that I should think about doing one day. I mean, I've been to West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, and I see Niagara Falls. Threw out the first pitch at an A's game. Just I've done. Unfortunately, I saw a kid, with his, that had been murdered like 5 minutes before, and I saw the kid afterward.
Did you have a picture of it?
No.
For your video when you put it up.
No.
Because I thought that's what you were aiming at. I was like, John. John, what are you aiming at here?
That's sicko stuff there. No, I'm good.
No, seriously, I was just sitting there thinking, what's he going for? I was like, saw a dead kid. I was like, you took pictures?
No.
But you mean like something that affected you?
Yeah.
It's horrible. Seeing a dead child is one of the worst things you can ever say.
Just in things. I knew the kid.
Oh, sure.
Not well, but I knew him.
You knew him around.
Because the kid who found him, we used to go to the boys' club.
Oh.
That kid was there all the time, and we played sports together. I didn't know him very well, but we had a first name basis or whatever. And the kid ran to the boys' club one morning and said, "Oh, I found so and so." We ran to where he was, and there he was.
What happened to him? Did he get shot?
He got his throat cut.
Fuck.
He was like 12 years old.
He got his throat cut.
At 12 years old. Yeah. Brutal. Yeah. Nasty stuff.
I mean, when kids get shot, I'm like, oh, that's probably by mistake sometimes,
Yep.
But getting your throat slit, that's not a mistake.
No.
I mean, it doesn't make it any better, you know what I mean?
Right.
By being shot by mistake. I'm saying sometimes you see it and you're like, this was a tragedy, but thank God that wasn't on purpose. You know what I mean? But getting your throat slit is like having an older person just going,
yeah.
Horrible.
It was bad. It was bad.
I'm sorry you had to see that, John.
Yeah, it was tough. Once in a while, still pops into my head and still kind of,
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been on a movie set. I've been in it. I'll always be, 20 years old in the movies Angels in the Outfield with my ponytail.
Yeah.
I'll always have that.
You'll live on forever in that movie.
I look ridiculous. It was funny.
It was. I remember seeing it because you showed me it, and it was really funny.
Business in the front, party in the back.
But it's funny, because I was saying to Donna about how we don't realise, but we do so much in our lives.
Yeah.
Even when we feel like we do nothing, we do so much. We meet so many people, and over our lives we see over 2 million people.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you won't think it, but you do. Every day when you go out, you see hundreds, if not thousands, of people.
Yeah, and they're just it makes people seem so infinite.
It does.
And this is just from a 10-mile radius.
Yeah.
You travel 50 miles out, and you're like, good God, there's a lot of people around here.
Well, I remember living in Barking. You'd see the same people. You'd see different people, but you'd see the same people.
Right.
And I knew a lot of people by their first name.
Right.
Whether they were nice or horrible, I knew.
Right.
And it's so funny because whenever we go to the mall or whatever, you rarely ever see the same people.
Yeah.
Normally people you see there are normally like the homeless people are the same people because they live nearby,
Right.
outside. But you do see the same people, but you see maybe like 3 of like 100.
Right.
Unless you go there every day, then you'll see them all. You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting how things are so open.
That's true. There's so many people now. Well, when I lived in the Midwest, when I first moved to Kansas, I lived in a little town called Cottonwood Falls.
Yeah.
Population of like 500. So everyone knew everybody. Everyone knew everybody's business. I mean, and I came from California where there was thousands and millions of people to this little place, to where if you tripped and fell that day, by the time you got home, you had 10 messages on your phone. I heard you fell. I heard you fell. I heard you fell. I heard you fell. It was so different. Big city compared to little city.
It's funny because I think about England a lot.
Yeah.
And I think about how I miss certain things about it a lot. Which is strange because I shouldn't. But I do. I miss the simplicity of a lot of things. The thing I miss the most about England is walking.
Yeah, I think you told that before. Just go. You just
Yeah, I could walk if I wanted to walk to Romford, I could walk to Romford. It'd be a bit stupid because it'd take me ages, but I could do it. You know what I mean? If I wanted to walk to Ilford, it'd take me half an hour.
Right.
Here, I feel like if I have to walk anywhere, I have to walk in the road. It's like horrible.
Well, there's a huge difference between the simplicity of and where in England you live compared to you're near Seattle, one of the biggest, hugest cities in America.
That's true. There's a lot of gun crime going on here at the minute.
Great, jeez.
Yeah. Apparently, there's been like 19 shootings in less than a month.
Holy crap!
Yeah, in Seattle. So I reckon there's a gang war going on.
Great, jeez.
I always laugh at this gang war stuff because it's all petty and stupid.
Oh, it's all over. Who said what, who looked at who, how, and just.
It'd be like if we saw each other in the street and I looked at you like this, and you went, I'm gonna kill you. It's like so stupid.
Yeah.
And they go on
all are being just their version of disrespected and all this other garbage.
We own the streets. Well, no, the government owns the streets. You're just standing there shooting people.
Yeah.
I don't know why the government doesn't just mow them all down. You know what I mean? We need somebody to be like the Punisher, John.
I'll come in there and just start, a freaking minigun in each arm.
Imagine that. Imagine if someone did do that, and imagine all of them go. It'd be awesome to record it on video, but and put it in a movie. These guys were not actors. Your video's been banned. They were actors. Can we please meet them? They've gone away on an astral holiday.
Yeah, they're on holiday.
They all. You know what? I picked my Ebola syndrome came.
Oh yeah, so I saw that in your review. Yeah,
and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing it because you don't know what it says on the back, do you?
No.
It sounds awesome. Let me read the back to you. Hold on. Where is it? And I'll get these to show you what creeped me out earlier. So that's the cover, right?
Right, the guy with the. Yeah.
On the back, it says a gangster chick smuggled to South Africa to avoid being caught one day. He rapes and murders a black girl who was infected with a terrible Ebola virus. He has no idea that he becomes the carrier of the disease. Later, he kills his boss couple and minces their bodies into the hamburgers. To escape from arrest, he flies back to Hong Kong and continues to spread the Ebola virus.
Oh, that sounds like a classic right there.
It does. That cover alone makes it amazing.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I was on Facebook, and in one of the groups I was in, they said, what one do you prefer, Untold Story or Ebola Syndrome? Well, since I've never seen Untold Story, I was like, you know what? I'll pick this up because I saw it for $10. I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up and give it a go. I mean, that bit alone of the woman there just cracks me up because I'm like, yeah, he's raping a woman there. There's a woman there dying of Ebola, and there he is holding a kid to hostage.
And there's all the guys in the suits.
Yeah, it just looks awesome, doesn't it?
Oh, look, yeah, that trailer segment was just great.
And the thing that got me was I got these DVDs, right?
Sure.
Secret Rivals 1 and 2. So if I open Secret Rivals 1, right, you see the disc.
Sure.
Asian distributors have a thing about having a second disc holder in it because it locks it in place.
Sure.
So then I opened number 2, and guess what I see?
The same movie.
I see the same disc, and I'm like, mother. I'm
Yeah.
like, I've been totally, fucked, basically, right? I'm like, no, no, Well, I put them in. They're both number 1 and 2. Like, one's number 1, one's number 2. But I was like, why have they got the same disc art?
That's kind of weird.
They've got the exact same disc art. They've got the exact same things on the disc, like the ratings and stuff. I mean, look.
Jeez.
But if you put one on, it's number 2. If you put the other one on, it's number 2. Number 1 and 2. Great difference.
That's crazy.
That is. I said to Don that. So I wonder if originally they were going to be in the same box and be 1 and 2 together.
Probably.
But yeah, it creeped me out last night because I was like, no.
I pay good money for this crap.
Well, it's funny because I've never seen these. I've seen number 3, but I've never seen these two. So I picked them up. I got quite a good deal on eBay, so I was happy about that. But yeah, like one has Secret Rivals on the spine, the other one doesn't.
Weird. Secret Rivals.
Secret Rivals. It's classified as one of the greatest martial arts movies of all time.
Huh.
But I've never seen it. The thing that made me get was John Liu and Huang Zhang and Wong Tao.
I know you like Wang Jingli, so.
Who?
I know you like Wang Jingli.
Huang Zhang
Sorry. It's Wang Jingli, sorry.
Get his name wrong. I'll have to get him to Korean kick you in the face.
Oh, come on with it.
He's one of the greatest Korean, Huang Zhang and he was one of the greatest kickers of the martial arts ever of films.
Really?
Brilliant man. Hitman in the Hand of the Buddha, 5 Pattern Dragon Claws is probably my favourite within me. It's great.
Now, what were some of those Chow Yun Fat ones you got the other day?
Oh, the Chow Yun Fat ones.
Yeah.
There's
another. I know there were 1 or 2 that weren't from John Woo. So
let's see. I got Blu-rays because I'm a big, I love Chow Yun Fat.
Yeah.
And I've loved him because he was gung fu, And in case people don't know what gung fu is, it's basically guns shooting all the time. And it's not martial arts, but it was called gung fu because that was also kind of like the biggest thing at the time.
Well, yeah.
And I own so many Chow Yun Fat movies, and I remember the first movie I saw him in was A Better Tomorrow.
Right.
The original film, not the remake.
Right.
And I remember watching it, and I remember being blown away by that film and going, I'm in love with this actor. I want to hug Chow Yun Fat. I want to get him to adopt me. The usual stuff you do when you're a kid. And you're like, this guy, you're like, I wish my dad was Chow Yun Fat,
Yeah.
Well, if he had been, that would have been a very strange combination, Chinese, Scottish, English would have been an interesting combination. But anyway, I remember I bought A Better Tomorrow 2 on DVD.
Right.
Back in the day, and I hated the movie. I hated it with a passion. It might have been because I was young and it was nothing like number 1. But anyway, I picked up A Better Tomorrow 2 on Blu-ray because I was like, I wouldn't mind giving it another go.
Sure.
And plus, it completes my Blu-ray collection of A Better Tomorrow, the Blu-rays.
Sure.
Because I bought A Better Tomorrow 3. Now, a lot of people might not know this, but Better Tomorrow 3, from what I know, isn't as good as number 1 and 2 because it's done by Siu Harp instead of Wong Jing. Not Wong Jing. Sorry, John Woo, yeah. I got that wrong because I was thinking about the fucking thing. But anyway, it's because the title I just watched, I've said Wong Jing. But anyway, John Woo. This was done by Siu Harp. So it's interesting because this is supposed to be a prequel to number 1. But I've never seen it. So it's going to be one of those films which is going to be very interesting to watch because I've wanted to see this for ages to kind of finish off the trilogy.
Right.
And I will Set You on Fire, which I was wrong about because in the unboxing, I said that Chow Fat is basically a criminal, but Danny Lee's the criminal.
Right.
So I got that wrong. Even though I've seen the film so many times, it's like,
Right.
it's like when you're on the spot. Sometimes you say things wrong, and. But Zero Fire is the film that inspired Reservoir Dogs.
Cool.
So, because it's got a great ending and it's a great film. And I almost picked up Once a Thief as well, which is another one. The problem is that with these Hong Kong releases, is most of the time they do the upscales. They're not full-on Blu-ray, so it can be quite annoying, but they do look better.
Right.
But it does upset me because I would like to get proper Blu-rays. That's why I'm following Hong Kong Rescue at the minute, because Hong Kong Rescue released Drunken Master and did that stuff, and it's not actually a real company. It's the guy who authors them himself. And what he does is he puts all the soundtracks from all the different movies, including the VHS ones, onto the disc, as well as commentaries from people like Bay Logan and stuff from the English editions, while using like the Japanese pure Blu-ray release, to make it the perfect package, because Japan works on their Blu-rays as Hong Kong doesn't.
Okay, different.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. It'll be interesting to see when my Drunken Master turns up what it's like. If it's any good, I'm probably going to rebuy all the films I've got through Hong Kong again through this guy, just so I've got the extras and got a better picture. But I won't get rid of my Hong Kong Blu-rays because they're still important to me because they're still pure. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I know those stills you sent me yesterday. The quality of the videos are great.
Oh, you're talking about Spiritual Kung Fu and Shadow Wooden Men. Yeah, they're from Hong Kong Legends. Hong Kong Legends was a great company, like I was saying yesterday to you. Hong Kong Legends was one of those companies that released so many movies: Black Sheep Affair, Dragons Forever, Red Wolf, Iron Monkey, Wheels on Mills, Body Weapon, Naked Weapon. Body Weapon, I bet you've never seen it.
Wow.
So I know this stuff. See, I know what you've seen and what you haven't seen, because it's one of those things. Body Weapon is a fantastic movie. It's very creepy, it's very pervy, but it's fantastic. The story goes like this. The woman marries her husband. He gets killed by a guy in a gimp mask and his two friends. Right? The guy in a gimp mask, I do believe, rapes the woman.
Right.
I haven't seen in ages. I've got the ISO on my hard drive. And basically she has to learn to fight back. Well, the guy, I think it's Chik Chuk Hua, I could have the name wrong. Anyway, he took over Once Upon a Time in China after number 4, I think, and he was in Black Sheep Affair with Shu Kui. But anyway, sometimes I get the names wrong. Please excuse me on that, because that doesn't matter right now. It's the movie. He helps her because he was best friends with her husband.
Right.
He is martial artist and he fights them in the end. But she learns from a gay guy, but a man's weakness is his anus. Right? You kick him there and his G-spot explodes. Right? And the guy in the gimp mask turns out to be in love with the best friend of the guy who killed. It's a very creepy film, but it's an incredible film. It's a Category 3 film, and it's incredible. It's one of my favourite ones from Hong Kong Legends that they released. It wasn't pure martial arts. They released Naked Weapon, which had a platinum release.
Right.
And I mean, they were great releases, and it's a shame because the company really cared about quality. You had audio commentaries from Bay Logan, you had interviews, and you had restoration, like what it was like before and after. The best part about the releases, in my view, other than the films themselves, were the commentaries, because Bay Logan is a world-renowned Asian cinema expert.
Right.
Thanks to listening to those, I've learned so much, That's and that's what I want. That's why I like them. That's why I'm rebuying a lot of them, because I want those commentaries.
Of when then his views on the movies and
because There's nothing more important about watching a film than watching a fantastic commentary about the people in the film. The way to learn about cinema and the way to care about it is always to watch the commentary. If you listen to a commentary and it's good commentary like Ray Logan's, there's some like the prom night one which I wasn't very keen on because the bloke sits there most of the time going like this. Yeah, we did this, but with Ray Logan, he's so alive. He's so
passionate.
For Walgreens, if you already have one, you can just sell them really $1.99.
Oh. Your wife just came with a whole load of DVDs. She bought me a whole load of DVDs. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. What the hell? Okay.
Your screen's gone crazy. You're all pixelated.
Okay, that was weird. I'll look at them in a minute. But can you see me again?
And you're all pixelated. Your voice is starting to vibrate too.
Let me see. Is that better?
A little better, yeah.
But like I was saying, when you listen to someone like Ray Logan, you can see the passion, you can feel the passion.
Yeah.
And you're getting so much knowledge in such a short period of time, of like an hour and a half. But it's just incredible. And that's what I like about audio commentaries. So when it comes to them, I highly recommend, like for instance, when I pick them up, I highly recommend I send you the ISO so you can listen to those commentaries.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's something that everybody should hear. You know? And go on.
No, that's a definitely.
You know, because I feel like in order to fully appreciate cinema, you have to learn from the best.
Right.
And Ray Logan is one of those people. I have a true and envy and jealousy of that man because he's been around Asian cinema his whole life. He's been on sets. He's been around people like Samo and Jackie Chan. Hell, he's been in movies as extras with them, and he knows them personally. This is stuff I'd love to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you dig that big time.
I would. That would be one of the most incredible things in my life if I could do that stuff. But yeah, Hong Kong Legends was a fantastic company that sadly went out of business and Premier Asia took over. And Premier Asia released their stuff, re-released it under their name, and also released things like the Young Bruce Lee, what else? Phoenix Rising, I think it was. A lot of Thai films. Things like Shaolin and so forth. Films I got over here through World Go USA. And Premier Asia's not bad. And they still do good. They do the same basically as Hong Kong Legends, but it's just not the same.
Right.
It just doesn't feel as good. But knowing I can get the Hong Kong Legends from Australia cheaper than I can from England, because Dragons Forever on 2-disc DVD from England costs about $80 now. If I buy the Australian counterpart, it costs me $17.
Big difference.
And exactly the same except for one thing. They have a different line at the top, and they have the Australian thing at the bottom.
What thing?
The Australian, I'll show you. Like for instance, they look the same like this because that bit is the same. But having like the Australian thing at the bottom is different, obviously. But certain things like the platinum editions have platinum across there with like a silver bar.
Sure.
But in England, but in the English one, the UK one, they never had that.
Okay.
So it does kind of change it a bit. But I'd rather pay $70 to have the same DVDs than pay $80 just because I don't like that line at the top. You know.
If it's the same thing for like $17, then you got to buy that. Yeah,
exactly. Also, the disc bit, the bottom, the 2-disc is different because it has like a circle with the 2 in it, as the other one didn't. But now I'm getting a bit, how can I put it? I'm getting a bit too fussy on what I'm talking about. But the next Jackie Chans I'm going to be picking up from Uncle Legends are going to be Magnificent Bodyguards and Phyllis Hyena, because I have Phyllis Hyena on ISO. But get this. Yep. After this, I'm going to stop because I'm getting too excited. After this, Phyllis Hyena in Australia has a commentary, and the one in England doesn't.
You'll love that.
So that commentary, so sometimes it looks like the Australian one's better.
Good, and it's a lot lower price too.
Yeah, well, that's what I've seen anyway. So I could be wrong, but that's what it showed me on the DVD profile when I looked it up. So yeah, brilliant.
I can tell you're getting all fired up.
You can say, can't you? You know, this is one of those things where it shows my true excitement of movies. You know,
Your true.
I see your true colors shining through. So let's quickly see what Donna picked up. So,
all right.
Everyday People, which is from HBO.
Okay, I've heard of that one.
I don't know what made her buy these, but Ben 10.
Oh, wouldn't have no idea.
City by the Sea, which I'd already have, but it was a destroyed copy anyway, so I'm happy with it.
De Niro, yeah.
Even Money.
That's a bad movie.
Black Dahlia.
Good movie. Based on true events.
Johnny Was.
Was it?
Johnny Was.
Never heard of it.
Another Ben 10 DVD. And Bagoogan. That's strange, but I'll just have it. $4, $8, $10, $12, $14, $16.
Someone was in the bargain hunting bin.
Yeah, normally that's me. Normally that's me and not Donna, but oh well, it's a nice surprise.
Hey, you trying?
But yeah, so I do plan on the next couple of days watching that Demon Within.
Yeah.
Which I'll show you quick close up. I mean, I like the slipcover.
That's badass.
That was awesome, doesn't it? So I'm looking forward to watching that. So I think that's going to be exciting, to say the least, to watch. But yeah, I've realised lately that I have been neglecting something that was very important to me. And that was Asian cinema. And it kind of brought a tear to my eye, you know? And I'm being serious, right? You know, I'm being serious. And
oh, Jackie, I'm sorry, man.
You can take the piss all you like. But
Chow Young, it's been too long, brother. I missed you, man.
But what I mean is as a passion.
Right.
You know, you watch so much American shit nowadays, right? That it turns our minds into a goo, right? When you watch something so simplistic but something so beautiful, it wakes you up more, you know.
True.
And I feel like with Asian cinema, that's what it does for me. You know, growing up as a kid, I watched dubbed martial arts movies.
Me too.
It was the only way we really saw them.
Oh yeah.
Fair. Whether on VHS or on TV, because nobody cared about subs back then, really.
Oh, no,
you know, not in our areas anyway, not in our countries. You know,
no, not at all.
As now, I watch martial arts films mostly in subtitles. And I prefer them that way because I think they're more beautifully executed. As dubbed, when you watch one dub film, you've seen them all because you hear the same voices, and the voices never make any sense. And even though people say the voices and the dubbing makes a good martial arts movie, and that, I agree, but I disagree at the same time.
Well, and for some people, it's just easier because some people hate subtitles. They don't want to let you look down the screen, look up at the screen, look down the screen, look up at the screen, you know. And I understand that. Some people just don't like that. I personally love to have subtitles.
Just checking something. Oh, 5 minutes remaining on one of your ISOs.
Sweet.
I just want to check because I've got a thing come up there, but I must go and see if it was up or not because it, you know, the flash.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's going to sound really snobbish. It's going to sound really, really horrible for people who hate subs. But I honestly feel like if you want to get a movie the right way, you need to get the right edition with the subs.
Right.
I had some Shaw Brothers DVDs on DVD which had dubbing. And I'd watched them on dubbing about a year ago,
Right.
you know. And every single one of them now I'm replacing them with the subtitle ones because even though they've got the subtitles on, I don't want the American DVDs. I want the Asian ones because I know they won't have cuts in them. You know, and what I mean by that is I know that they'll be what they're meant to be. Now, I say because some titles are so weird because in Asia you might have a sex scene cut out one, but it might be in the Taiwanese release.
Right.
And in that case, it makes the film cut. So it's kind of difficult because you'll watch a film and you'll go, oh, you know what? That seems a bit edgy. And then you look it up and you find out that 3 minutes have been cut out. American Ninja. I was a big fan of that growing up. Thought I'd seen it. Thought it's it. The Blu-ray came out. There was like 7 bits in it I'd never seen before.
You're like, whoa.
Like there's a bit where he throws a star and the guy comes and that doesn't happen in the VHS I saw. Or the DVD.
So you must have been stoked.
It's amazing when you look at when you watch that and you go, that wasn't in it when I last watched it.
Right.
You know.
Right. It's pretty awesome. It makes a much better experience for you. You see stuff that you never thought was there.
Exactly. Yeah, that Iron Angels I'm sending you. I went through it to see what the quality was like. The quality is decent.
Good.
It's very watchable. It's 80s decent in the fact that there's that tone. It's not that pure color like you get now.
Oh yeah, just the VHS quality.
Yeah,
It's not bad at all.
no, I don't mind that stuff. I'd rather have VHS quality than scuba quality.
I hit when it's all chopped up and just really bad. And the dubs are bad, the subs are bad.
I don't get this fascination lately with people that make movies and they're all crumbly and all blurry and stuff. I'm like, I know they're low budget, but why do they have to be so bad?
And then they want to charge you like $10 for them.
Yeah, I don't get that stuff. It's like this American Guinea Pig film that recently was released. They they released it, and I mean it's supposed to be a symbolization, like a remake and a homage to the Japanese guinea pig films,
Right.
Which are really badly recorded as well.
Right.
But I'm like, who wants to see a blurry thing of somebody apparently cutting people up when we would have believed that back in the 70s and 80s? But we're not going to believe that now because we know what special effects are, and the problem is these effects in most cases are awful.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be able to follow them, are we? We're going to sit there going, yeah, that's not really an arm being cut off. It's back in the 70s. We're like, oh my word, did he really cut that person's arm off?
Because it looked that real, it looked that good.
Yeah, I mean, a good example is Bloody Moon, the Jess Franco film. When the person's head gets cut off in the VHS, you're like, wow, that looks so real.
Yeah.
In the Blu-ray, you're like, wow, that looks so fake because you can see the fakeness of the head.
Oh, yeah.
So, but anyway, I've talked enough, John. You talk about something now.
Hey, we just got on that track. I want you to keep on flowing.
Well, I'm gonna let you flow for a few minutes because I feel like we need to give you an even chance. So, you know.
Well, as far as my music this week, I started out with something for you with a Spandau Ballet from a few months ago, which I thought was a pretty decent little video.
It was. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean they still sound great. They've been around for 30 plus years now, so.
Let's talk about Spandau Ballet. The lead, Tony, who sings. I'm sure that's his name.
It is.
Yeah. I always get mixed up, the group. His voice, even though he still sounds good, you can see it's not as good as it was back then.
Well, he's also about 60 pounds heavier now than he was back then.
Yeah.
And 30 years older, so.
But they've still got the right tune. They're still really good. I mean, the group themselves, I love the group. It's my favourite group of all time.
Right.
And hearing them, to me, is better than anything in the whole world when it comes to music, because I want to listen to them.
The other brother still plays bass, and he still kicks ass.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Martin and Gary Kemp, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
But the thing that irritates me is, you get these people, they come back, they reunite, they do the events and stuff, yet they are not technically the same, because they've been affected by age or weight or whatever. Now, right. When I watched the show and when I watched the special DVD I had of the documentary, I was amazed. I was like, wow, you know what? They're back on form. They're fantastic. And the thing is, I think if you make allowances, they're still as great as they ever were. But I think you have to be realistic in the fact that obviously they're getting older. Like you said, Tony's old. Overweight. Yeah. I love them. I think they're great. But I think it's sad that the voice has changed because he's put on that weight and he's got older. But it's still fantastic.
But the places they go to, they still sell out. They they still make new music together, which still hard for a lot of people to even do that. And they still do it. They're pretty much strictly UK now, which is fine. They still have a huge following.
Yeah.
Then I got Al Green, which actually Al Green, the guy from the '70s, still sounds amazing. And I listened to the concert the whole time. You hear women in the audience just losing their mind because he had that smooth, sexy thing going on, and women are still going nuts. And the guy's almost 70, and women are still throwing their panties on the stage for this guy. It's just unbelievable because his voice still sounds incredible.
Just about, and you need to accept the next one.
What?
Because that one's done. It's just to save time for later.
Okay. So 5 Shawn Masters goes now. There we go.
It's just save time later because that way it won't get my mind. But carry on.
We'll come back. There we are. Got some John Fogerty, which I'm not a huge fan of John Fogerty, but I wanted to, as you would say, give it a go.
Yeah.
And he does mostly Creed's Clearwater stuff, which I think is kind of funny because him and the surviving members of that band hate each other still. He left them in like '72. His brother stayed with the band, and they the day before he died, his brother asked him to come to his deathbed and basically told him, "I hate you."
Don't you just love that?
That's how bad that relationship was.
It's stupid. I stuff like I'll never understand.
Guy knows he's going to pass away at any possible moment. That's the moment where you want to forgive people or hear forgiveness or whatever. His last words to his brother are, "I effing hate you." That's when a band's pretty much wrecked irrevocably. That's
when you know you're hardcore.
There's hatred, then there's that. I mean that's just brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, so you got some Jeff Healey. I'm not sure if you know who Jeff Healey is.
I know Jeff Healey by name. I think I've heard some of his stuff, but I'd have to see him to remember.
Well, he was his band. Him and his band were in with the house band in Roadhouse.
Okay.
And he's a blind guitarist.
Oh, okay.
I got actually a couple from him from this week. And that's interesting. Well, he passed away from cancer about 5 years ago.
Oh, that's terrible.
And actually, he did somehow he did like an old classics. He played the horn and drums on an album, even though he's blind.
It's impressive.
That's beyond crazy. But I get from some of the legends about him is that when during the concerts, the rock concerts, again he's blind. He would get up and start walking around the stage.
What, blind?
Yeah, and the other members would have to like kick him over to back over to his chair because he would get so fired up during his playing. So some of the singing parts, he put his guitar down and start walking around the stage like, go back to sitting down, man. You're gonna kill yourself.
Sounds like an awesome guy.
I mean, and again, doing jazz standards on the horn and on drums when you're blind, that is unbelievable.
You'd have to be really talented to do that.
Oh, that's just out of this world. And I got some of the Rolling Stones, unreleased Rolling Stones, which I love the unreleased
Yeah.
demo from like 1969, like 1981. And they're covering like old Buddy Holly songs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so just stuff in the studio, them messing around. Keith Richards sings a lot of the songs as far as the demos. And I mean, you'd think the way he looks, he sounds amazing.
Yeah, I think I've heard him singing in the past, and I think I have anyway. And it's an incredible voice.
You mean you would think that after years of 4 packs a day or whatever he smoked, he still sounds incredible. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that rugged kind of voice from.
Yeah, all those years, but they still tour. When the guys are in their 70s, they're still touring every night. It's amazing.
And I can't believe none of them are dead.
Yeah.
It's like they made a pact with the devil to keep going.
Well, that's one of the old tales from all those bands from the 60s and 70s. They all made the pact with the devil.
I tell you though, they're probably one of the most iconic groups ever.
Oh yeah, I mean people make fun of them. Well, the Rolling Stones aren't that great, but they've been around since 1962.
I would say, to be honest with you, you can say they're not great all you like, but come on, 53 years. You know what I mean? I mean, let's be honest.
Especially like the Beatles still touring.
Yeah, I mean, how many people can say their career was that way? I mean, let's look at things like Spandau Ballet. They broke up after a good few years.
Yeah.
People like any group, when you think about it, they're just not in that they're not in that league.
The Bruce Springsteen with his, the E Street Band, they've been around since like 72, 73 also.
Yeah.
They've been around for 40 years. Oh, Bruce Springsteen sucks. He was never any good. There's a reason he's been around for 40 plus years.
Yeah.
But if he were to start a tour next month, every single date would sell out in an hour.
This is the thing that gets me. People don't understand that in the music business, it's a very brutal business. If you can't cope and you can't do it anymore, you're told. You're thrown to the side, and you could end up being basically one of those people that is on the bad card in a bloody pub.
Yeah, and and the thing is, I mean, a lot of bands put out really great CDs. In my opinion, they put the great CDs. They great songs, 4 or 5 good songs on the album, but either they don't tour enough or they sound horrible live.
Well, this is a prime example because when they're doing the CDs and the albums, they can be tuned.
Yeah, they can all be tweaked.
Yeah, as live, you can't be. So I mean, you could play a song and then mouth it, but it's very obvious.
I mean, there's only so much covering up you can do as far as live.
Yeah.
There's a reason why some of the songs you love on albums don't end up in concerts because they can't actually pull it off.
Yeah.
Or although they're doing like Phil Collins did a Farewell Forever tour. And, pulled out all the old Genesis songs that hadn't been played 40 years or whatever.
I love Phil Collins. I think Phil Collins is incredible.
Yeah.
I think he's an amazing artist. I think he's got a beautiful voice, and I think he's one of the most incredible singers I've ever heard in my life. He's got some of the greatest songs. His songs you can put on anything, and it just makes that perfect and fantastic.
Who on this planet doesn't know the drum section to In the Air Tonight?
I can't imagine anybody.
Everyone.
And the thing is with that drum section is when you hear it, it really gets you going, and you're waiting for that moment, and you know that moment's going to hit, and it's like an explosion in you, like, whoop, you know what I mean? Because it's that great. And I feel like people today miss out on that because we get all these remix rubbishes from all these other people. Like,
people who actually don't know how to sing and have no talent
yeah.
get auto-tuned to where they're sounding like they're semi-talented, I guess.
We live in a world now where things like rapping and R&B are the mainstream almost, right? Because people listen to that more. And I don't care what people say. It's great, but if you go back, the music was so much better.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, did you hear Kanye West absolutely massacre Bohemian Rhapsody?
I did.
Oh my God.
I also heard, what was it? Who was it? That guy. I can't remember. Another one like Kanye West who ruined Spandau Ballet's show.
Oh no.
Yep. Somebody massacred Tro. And I remember I was out in the market at the time, with my dad, and I flipped. I went, bah, bah, bah. You know, and my dad was like, what happened? And I was like, fuck. You know, because people listen to these remixes, people listen to these, but what people don't realise is there's something more pure about music back. If you go from like the 60s all the way to I'd say the early 90s for me.
Yeah.
Right? The purity, the perfection. You had real artists, you had real singers. Nowadays, you do have real singers, but not as many. There were people that had more respect for themselves in a lot of cases, and it was just more about the art. It wasn't about, oh, I'm just getting the paycheck.
Right. I mean, now it's more about, you know, how much money you make and, you know, how many cities you tour at.
I mean, let's be honest. You look up top artists now. You get Justin Bieber, don't care about him. You get Miley Cyrus, can't give a fuck about her. Right? You get people like Taylor Swift. It's not too bad, but it's not some music I care about. Right? You got people like Kanye West, P. Diddy. You've got R. Kelly, you know, stuff like that. And you're just like, there is no real people. I mean, Adele's not bad.
She's awesome.
You know?
She's put out more music though.
I mean, to me, Adele reminds me of the old school. You know, she has that voice. She has that inspirational voice about her. Now, there's many people like that, but the point is they're pushed behind these crappy stars of today. You know, if Miley Cyrus wants to get naked and thrust against the fan's face, who gives a crap? I don't care about that. I care about the music. I don't care about the person unless they're free. I care about Phil Collins because he was amazing. He's a respectable person. He was incredible, you know? And that's the thing that annoys me. We live in a generation where we focus on shit instead of what's great about humanity and about what we have in our lives.
Yep. 100% true. Yeah. I mean, just with Phil Collins, I told you before, his son's band, his son sounds exactly like him. So when his son plays in this band, Sound of Contact, it's like a revitalized Phil Collins.
Yeah.
And they have 4 or 5 great songs that I've heard, and they're making another album right now, which I can't wait for. Probably won't be out till next year, but I'll be the first one in line to buy it. I'll tell you that.
I heard that song from what you sent me, through YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? It's incredible. It is. It's like the rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
it also has his dad's hairline.
Yeah, it's also got that. It's got that. It's just got it, and he's lucky because he's like the next generation of him.
Yep.
And I do want to listen to more of his stuff. I just haven't got round to it at the minute.
Right. And the thing is, I wanted to supposedly there's a video in one of Phil Collins' again his farewell tour. Him and his son did a drum battle during the concert.
Oh, nice.
I want to find that so bad.
If you do, you've got to let me listen to it.
Oh, I will. Yeah, I want to find that so bad.
Because that would be incredible.
Because Simon Collins is amazing on the drums.
Oh, he is. Whenever you listen to it, there's just something very pure about it.
Yep.
It's like angels floating in heaven.
Yeah.
And that people don't realize this, but when you play an instrument or anything like like the drums or a piano or whatever. There's playing it, and then there's being incredible and it being like the angels flying, because there's music and then there's music. Same with instruments. Someone can play the triangle and it'd be the most beautiful thing you've ever heard because they've done it the right way, and it's a very rare thing, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Phil Collins, before he quit making albums, I think those were the last 2 or 3 albums he made. He played every instrument on the album. He did the drums, the bass,
the saxophone,
the keyboards, lead sing. He did all of it himself. I mean, who could actually do that besides him? Like Beck. Well, Beck did that for like his last 2 albums, and I'm a fan of Beck's music a lot.
Well, this is the thing, you know. I mean, it's like I said, you know, people were more talented.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like we live in a world now where music has died a lot, in the fact that in today's age, it's just not the same. And I think that's sorry, John. I didn't mean to cut you up there. What I meant was, I feel like it's died in the fact that, you know, people focus now on people now, and I feel like we don't have the same class as music. And I feel that's the problem, because we get re-releases of the same old music in a lot of cases. And I think this is what stops people from being as great music fans as they could be. Because unless people hear it in a film or maybe on a show, they might not look for it.
That's true, because they either don't know or don't care at the moment.
Yeah.
And like earlier this year, Genesis put out a big press release. We're proud to announce something big coming tomorrow. You know, they had Peter Gabriel's going to be with us. We have this big announcement. People are like, "Oh my God, a new album or a tour with Peter Gabriel," and you know, they're all excited about this crap. The next day, it's a reissue of all our music, and everyone's like, "Ooh, yay!" you know, the other reissues we have are now completely freaking worthless.
Yeah.
You know, people did all that. I was so pissed off. So just to build up all that build up. Same thing with Led Zeppelin. Well, we had this huge announcement. We're reissuing our entire backlog. It's like, ooh. So the other 5 that I had before that are now again worthless.
Yeah.
Although we have unreleased songs. I have every Zeppelin unreleased song already. I don't have to worry about that.
I think the problem is it's all about getting the cash.
Of course.
And the sad thing is, people like you, John, who love these, you know, are more than likely to go out and buy it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, if that's the type of person you are, you'll go out and buy it, even though you've already got it. You'll buy it because it's a new one. You know, it's not new, but you have to have in your collection to go with the rest.
Well, yeah,
so they make their money.
They change this, to change that, and you're just like, well, you know, fuck, I'll spend $75 and get the thing again.
I owned a lot of Spandau Ballet albums, and all but 3 songs would be the same on nearly every single one.
Oh God!
And it would be so annoying because I'd be like, "Oh, there's 3 songs this one I don't have." And I'd get home and I'd go, "Oh, new soundtrack." Look, and I go, "Oh, I've got True, I've got Gold, I've got Countdown and so forth." Yeah. You know, and I get annoyed because I'll be like, "There's no 3 songs on this, we're different. Why do I have to buy this when I should have a completely different album?" You know, and I hate that about music, and I hate that about re-releases of films as well, when they've got like a new one new commentary on it, and then a new thing comes out in 5 years with like 2 commentaries.
Yeah, again, they have new packaging and an extra disc and more behind the scenes. You know, like who cares, man? George Lucas has played the Star Wars thing to death.
Exactly, and that's something I hate, but we all fall for it.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, a lot of Star Wars fans hate George Lucas now because of when he went back and re-edited, and he added to the old movies, and stopped putting it out on DVD as far as the old copy was now completely gone. And of course now they're about to put that out again too.
Well, they a lot of true fans of Star Wars, from what I've seen, have multiple different VHSs.
Mm-hmm.
They have different versions of the DVDs.
Yep.
They have the Blu-ray, and every single one has a different thing in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. Why would you create a perfect film and then change it constantly?
And then why would you put out 3 of the best movies most people have seen in their life, and then put out 3 prequels that no one ever wants to see again?
I'm sorry, John. I have to stop you there. Episode 3 is a classic.
It's not a classic. It's decent.
I love Revenge of the Sith. That's my favourite Star Wars movie.
It's decent.
It's the best. It's the best movie at the whole Star Wars movie franchise.
Now you're smoking crack. There's no way.
No, it is. I love that movie. I think that movie's fantastic. I think it's perfect in every way.
And I do like that the ending battle. Where he tries to do that flip over Obi-Wan and cuts off his arms and his legs. Like, whoa! I think that was pretty badass.
I have to admit, I think the reason I like it so much is because I cared more about Darth Vader than I did Luke Skywalker.
Yes, and showing, basically showing what he sees. That was really cool.
Question is, will Darth Vader be in the new ones?
Supposedly that somehow there's going to be in part 7. I don't know. It must be in the flashback.
Oh, it must be. Because to me, you can't have Star Wars without Darth Vader.
Well, the man is dead.
Well, he could come back again.
Well, yeah. Well, in the comics, I mean, Darth Maul already came back in the comics, so.
Yeah, certainly. I just like the don't underestimate the Force.
And when you're able to choke somebody, it's just like.
Yeah, I used to like that. Oh, the Force is strong with you. I always wish that was real. I always wish I could have done that.
Some pisses you off. You know what? You really tick me off. And it's like.
I'll never forget, me and my cousin and his friend Alan, who was a big Star Wars fan, went to Comic Con. He dressed up as a Jedi, and these stormtroopers come up to him and they go, "You look familiar." And he goes like this. I do not look familiar. And they go, carry on your business and all this, and they walk off and go, I don't remember this person, walk off. It was awesome. Total, geeky moment,
That's awesome.
It was brilliant.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, considering they didn't know each other, and he did that, and they did that. That was just awesome. But both guys worked with that on the spot.
Yeah, they found it at that moment.
Yeah, that was incredible. And I've seen people dressed up as Darth Vader and that, and they do the voice, and it's incredible. Comic Con is one of those beautiful, amazing things, but I feel like when it's not ruined by people or not over the top, and it's like free and you can move about, it's beautiful, fantastic.
Yeah, my buddy says that sometimes when he's there at his table and he's not busy, they said the people that you'd see there and the costumes and just all the cosplay and just is unbelievable.
I mean, this is what gets me, with Comic Con. The amount of work people put into costumes, and they look so real. You're like, why ain't these people got jobs in this?
Seriously.
I'm in San Diego. One day I will do.
Make your own outfits. It's out of this world.
Like I said before to people, I said I respect what they do, but I could never do it myself.
No.
One, I haven't got the patience, and two, I always feel like I look like a knob. You know what I mean? I don't think other people do, but I think I would. I
can see you out there in a Jim Cotta outfit and shit.
Well, that'd be quite basic, wouldn't it? Just joggers. Actually, I might do that. Put joggers on and a black thing on.
Joggers and a wife beater.
Just be like,
who the hell are you? Jim Cotta.
Somebody once asked me what I was dressed as, and I went, I'm dressed as myself. And they went, why? And I went, because I'm that damn good.
Everyone knows me, damn it.
Did you know if you become big enough on YouTube, you can go to Comic Con and people will pay to get pictures taken with you, John?
What?
Seriously?
No, that'd be hysterical.
Imagine you having to hug all these women and hold
Oh,
these kids' hands and
yeah,
stuff
no,
and pictures.
I can handle kids shaking their hand, taking pictures. Women, no. Trey would. Oh no, that would
I
not
can
happen.
see, Trey being there watching and being like, "No, you just stand there."
No, she'll be sitting there behind me. And all I hear is, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm.
Donna, I said, Donna, what become going to happen? She went, "You're not hugging anyone." And I went, "Can't I hug the men?" No, you can't hug the men. I went, "But then that makes up a lot for hugging the women." She went, She went, "If that ever happens, I'll be there watching." And she'll probably be like, "Mm-hmm."
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Then find out I'm not
Like I said
available.
before, castration.
Exactly, castration all the way.
Yeah, that would not be the business at all. No, no.
I'd be interested now to. It'd be interesting though, because imagine people wanting to pay like $20 to get a picture of you. It's just so weird.
I couldn't imagine anyone looking the way I do. Are you kidding me? I'd be like, every picture would be like a totally different face.
Bill would. I can see it now. Bill would be like, I'd have one side. I'd be like, "Ooh," and all this. That'd be awesome.
Like,
You know, it'd just be really weird.
I'd be strange. Oh, yeah. The thing is, I'd probably be too nervous anyway. Because around a group of large people, I start like, no, I'm good.
But all these people smiling wanting to get a picture of you. It's just so weird.
It's
You
like,
know.
no, I could
I
do it.
remember. I remember when I went and people were seeing Brian Cross, who played Leo in Charmed.
Yeah.
I was in the queue because I wanted to see him. I don't know why. It's a waste of money. I never cared about him. I don't know why I even got the picture now. But anyway, anyway, it made me look very gay, I guess. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, I was in the line, and we would go up to him, and they'd go, "Can you give me a hug?" and be kissing me on the cheek, and go, "Fine." And I remember getting really angry by that and going, "Will you hug me?" And he said, "No, I won't hug you." And I was like, at first I was like, "Oh, right, I'll get a different picture." That's why he ended up with his arm around me like that. But I see some of the pictures.
You're like Dr. Evil. Can I have a hug? Can I have a hug?
Yeah, I mean, when Tash gets her pictures, some of the Tash's pictures are fantastic, and what people doing.
Oh, yeah.
And I watch them, and I'm just like, okay, you know, some people just make me laugh.
Yeah.
You know,
It was just plain silly.
I do like the double ones, though. I have to be honest. I like the double ones when there's two people, like on either side, they might be holding a gun or something. Well, the ones I do not understand are the ones where people wear masks in their photos.
Yeah, and that makes no sense.
Like, for instance, let's say somebody's seeing, I don't know, Kane Hodder.
Right.
You know, and they're dressed up as Jason Voorhees, right? They've got a mask on. Why would you leave your mask on? You know what I mean?
Because people are dumb.
Yeah, it's just stupid. But that's people, so.
Well, people only celebrities that have pictures with are probably Danny Glover and Tony Danza.
Nice.
Danza was just like, so.
I just tried to meet Danny Glover, but I didn't take him because I didn't have the money at the time.
Danny Glover, I was just leaning over a pole in between takes. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
He's quite old now, Danny Glover.
Oh, yeah. Probably close to 70, I think.
I feel so bad for him.
Why?
So he just looks rough.
Well, 70 years old, you're not gonna look tip top.
I don't know. Chuck Norris is 75 and he looks fantastic.
Well, Chuck still works out 5 hours a freaking day, man. You know?
Well, so should Danny Glover.
Maybe he does.
Maybe he sits on the top while he's about bombs.
Him and old Chuck and Christian Baker should sit there doing their little slide board thing. You know?
I was telling Donna about the scene in Lethal Weapon. You know, the one where Mel Gibson handcuffs himself to the guy on the roof and they jump.
Yeah.
I was saying because somebody jumped off a roof and killed themselves.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
And I said to her, what we need is more policemen to do that, like you did in Lethal Weapon. You know, handcuff them and go, let's jump. And so they're like, I said, that'd be fantastic. Because in that scene, it's like, oh, you want to jump, dear? Let's jump. We're going to jump. And the bloke's like, no, I don't want to jump. And he's like, we're going to do it. And he just pulls him off. It's just so wonderful. Such a perfect scene.
What's on the ground? He's crazy. He's on his mind. I'm like crying.
You're just like, after that, you're like, that guy's never going to want to do that again. I do love things like because they're so funny, you know. Like for such a tough subject, it's funny.
Yeah, was it this Crocodile Dundee 1 or 2 where he's walking on the ledge? No, he walks by one of the guys like, "Don't try to stop me." He's all, "I'm not trying to stop you. I'm just trying to get past."
Hey, Pod.
Oh, you didn't have your dessert.
No, yeah, I'm going to do that.
You have a spoon?
Yeah, I've got one there.
Oh, okay. I see it over there.
I know it's yeah.
Okay.
Hi,
Thanks,
Donna.
Pod. Oh, John said hi.
Hi. So, did you like any of those movies?
I did. I liked them all. How come you picked them up?
Because they just put them there and they'll be all gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got the cartoons for me, but you can watch them too.
Cool. Thanks for getting them.
All right, great.
Love you.
Love you too.
Puddin'?
Huh?
Puddin'?
Huh?
Puddin'?
Pudding?
That's what you called her. Thanks, Puddin'.
Oh yeah, that's what I call Donna. I call her Pudding.
Thanks, Puddin'.
That's my name for Donna. Pudding.
I'm just giving you shit.
You must have a nickname for Trey.
Oh, of course. She's my sweetie.
Your sweetie pie.
Just sweetie.
Lunch.
What are you having?
Barbecue chicken.
That sounds really good.
See?
I had some barbecue chicken for breakfast. Leftovers.
You did?
Yeah. Reheated it up, put in two burritos, and I tore it up.
Nice.
Shredded chicken, so good.
It is.
So have you seen the trailer yet for Deadpool?
I have.
Theme looks great.
I genuinely believe that if this does well, we'll get a lot more mature comic films.
Yeah, because I mean, just the trailer's pretty bloody. So
yeah, I mean, I want this to be a success because I feel like then we'll get a proper Punisher movie, and then we'll get other movies which should be dark. Because we won't have that PG crap that we keep getting.
I mean, comics are not meant to be freaking PG movies.
Not all of them. I mean, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles wasn't meant to be.
Well, that's just Michael Bay. Michael Bay can destroy any franchise.
I know, I'm talking about before that. I'm talking about the original 90s ones.
Okay, yeah.
You know, that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are dark.
True.
I'm going to have to quickly run to the toilet, John. I'm going to pee myself. Is that all right?
Thank you for sharing that. Go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Great. Since there's nobody out there asking me questions, I'm sorry. Anybody? Alex? Jay? Somebody? Throw me a question. Throw me something. Throw me a freaking bone here. Sounds like Malcolm's having an earthquake at his house. Good Lord. Let's see what we got here. Chemical warfare. Well, Isn't just this enthralling? This is amazing. Let me do what I shouldn't do and check my phone. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we have movement.
Hi, baby. So me and little Miss Bessie Messy are having a little snuggle time. Oh, look at she's gonna go again. Oh, okay. She got bad poop, and I think her poor little bum hurt. So we're just sitting here kicking it, and I'm thinking about you and loving you. And I'll post to you in a few hours. It's okay, Lacey. It's okay. Love you, baby. Mwah.
So are you better now, lad?
What was that?
Are you better now?
I'm better. I got all the pee out. What's up?
That's just great, man. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Taking
What we
the pee and stuff on your face. All right, man.
What's that? Have we got a comment?
We do.
John Calvert asked, "Hi, John and Malcolm. John, what do you have more of, DVDs or Blu-rays?"
DVDs for sure.
Would you like to explain why?
Just the ease of getting them. I haven't bought a Blu-ray for probably about a year now. And DVDs, simple. I have a place, probably 5 minutes where I can just go buy a bunch of DVDs if I want to. Easy. Blu-ray is much better quality, but for me, I still prefer DVD on some stuff. And you, Michael?
Me? I've got more DVDs than Blu-rays.
Which Blu-rays are catching up?
No, I would say they're almost even.
Really?
The reason I've got DVDs still is because there's a lot that ain't on Blu-ray.
Ah.
Like my Shawbones ones are not on Blu-ray, are they?
Nope.
Some of them are, but not all of them. And they add to basically the DVD collection.
The thing is, I would like to get, if I were to ever start collecting a bunch of TV series, I would like to get TV series on Blu-ray. Just for the audio quality and for the video quality.
Well, shows like Avo and that, they look fantastic in Blu-ray.
Yeah. Something like Star Trek, like the original Star Trek, and Next Gen and all that. They probably look incredible on Blu-ray.
I've heard mixed reviews.
Really?
But I'd still get them because to me it would be better, you know.
I remember before Blu-ray, probably right before DVD, they put out some of the original Star Treks in 35 millimeter. People went crazy for that because they looked really good,
Yeah,
real good.
I remember when the DVDs cost a fortune.
Oh yeah. And still what you go to Fry's Electronics and they have tons of DVDs and Blu-rays, but a lot of their Blu-rays for TV shows are still in the hundreds. Like Voyager, like what 5 6 seasons of Voyager, like $180.
I've always wanted to go to Vice.
There's so many DVDs that's out of this world.
I've seen them on people's hunting videos.
Yeah.
I've seen the rows upon rows.
Yeah, there's the one that's near me. It's just gigantic. I mean, they're electronics and everything. They have everything you can possibly think of electronically is there, but the Blu-ray and DVD section's immaculate and amazing.
I'd love to go to one because I see some of the prices like $3-4.
Oh yeah, they have sections of of discount stuff that you probably love.
Yeah, the problem is, if I went to something like that, I'd end up with bags upon bags.
But $500 later, Don's walking out like, "Oh God, why did I do this?"
I could see it now. Oh, Matt, why don't you pop down and see me, and we'll go to the fires and all this, and then leaving fires, you'll be like, "Are you done yet?" And there'll be like this big, massive thing like this.
Then you're like, you can call up Donna. I had to buy a new suitcase for all the stuff I'm bringing back.
And our face will be like this.
She'll be like, "Oh God."
So it says about it, we haven't really got the room anyway, so it'd be pretty bad.
She'd be like, "Okay, you're banned from California. No more chats with that guy, all right?"
Well, hell, when I was in England, I only visited this in Milan. I came back with 100 DVDs and Blu-rays.
Right.
And it was like, my whole case was full of that. It was like,
That's
because I was like, I can't get this over there, so I'll pick it up here for $2 or £2 and stuff.
easy, right?
Yeah, I mean, the majority of the stuff I wanted, I found for like 40p, 20p, £2, you know?
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah. But it's so weird because when you visit England after living in America for a long time, it feels like a completely different place.
Well, the money's different, and how you talk to people's different.
So, well, I remember getting off and being at the airport.
Hello, James.
Hey, James! Ask us some questions.
If you can. If you can stay awake. Sorry.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Some subtle humour there.
Very, very, very subtle.
But would you like to bring up the subject?
Yeah, well, have you seen any more of the pictures or trailers for Suicide Squad?
I've seen the first trailer.
The full one?
And yeah, you know the Comic-Con one. Is the Comic-Con one, yeah? Yeah. I saw that one. I've seen some pictures. At the moment, I'm not convinced about. I think it looks like it could be pretty good. But I'm the only thing I really care about the whole movie is Harley Quinn.
Well, it seems like in the first trailer, most of the first trailer is her. I mean, they barely have the Joker at all.
Except for the end, because they wanted to make the boom.
Well, they'll make his look be like, "Oh my God, wow," you know.
But have you read the theory about the Joker in the Suicide Squad movie?
No.
But it could be Jason Todd.
Really?
Yeah, there's a massive theory going on about it and saying that it could be Jason Todd. When I find the theory again, because it'll be on Facebook, I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
Because basically it says about the Joker is actually Jason Todd and not actually the Joker. because of all the things on him. Like he's got a J on his face, which is actually on Jason Todd in the actual Arkham Knight video game. It's
So
big.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's this big fan thing where Joker apparently killed him, but then he comes back as the Red Hood and becomes Joker because Joker's dead.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting theory. I don't know whether or not it's real or not, but I thought it was interesting enough to mention it.
Well, shoot, before they even started shooting, people were starting shooting the movie. They all had theories about this and theories about this. Like, they haven't even shot the movie yet. Why do you have this idea what's going to happen in the movie?
It can't be no worse than the X-Files theories, can it? I mean, let's be honest.
Well, Tash and the communities that she's, they're all over that thing.
They're like, oh, this happened, like that whole hairline thing and everything. I mean, at least we ain't got that with this, hopefully.
Yeah, but Tash is so fired up about that. It's so awesome.
It's incredible. It's like I always tell her, but I'm slightly jealous of that because I'm like, I don't think I've ever been that way about anything, which is now. I mean, there's the things I'm excited about, but not to that extent of passion. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, like, there's a new season of Big Bang Theory coming out in September. I'm stoked about it, but nowhere near as stoked as like you said, Tash about the X-Files coming back in January.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I mean. It amazes me because I sit there and I'm like, this is incredible. It's like when I talk about martial arts and Asian cinema. Yep. I'm so excited by that, and I can understand why Tash feels that way about X-Files, because I understand my point of view on that, But nowadays, I want to say I could never be that excited about anything on TV now.
Yeah, I mean, there's shows that I watch, religiously and whatever. I mean, like, again, Big Bang and Two Broke Girls and, cool stuff,
Yeah.
But, a show hasn't got me excited since the late 80s. To where it's just like, oh my God, if I miss this, I'm going to feel like the worst piece of what in the world. And when it's on, it's like, when it's on, the cheap, the phone's off, the door's closed, and you're watching your episode,
Yeah.
But I haven't felt that way in a long time.
Exactly. And that's why I'm. Unless I know a film's coming out I've never seen, which I wanted to see for ages.
Yeah.
I go mental then, but again, it's not something which is new.
True.
What's this? Got a question? What is it? Oh dear, I'm trying to find it now. Oh, there we go. Hi Malcolm, will you be picking up the Hellraiser Blu-ray box set by Arrow when it comes out? You know what? I own 1 and 2. In the Midnight, I think it's the Midnight series, on Blu-ray over here. And the Blu-rays are decent, but I have to admit, I saw the new Arrow release, and it's got like a 200 hardback book in it, and it's got all these special features that weren't on the other ones. So it's going to be about 50 quid when it's released. Yeah. Because
I'm thinking to put out another movie, so if you buy that, you have to, it'll be obsolete in the year afterward, and then there's going to be another movie coming out.
Well, it's like these Bond box sets, which I'll get to in a minute. I will pick it up. I'm guaranteed to pick it up, especially if it's got a lenticular front, like it looks like it will have. I will pick it up, and I'm sure I'll pick it up before James, because James wanted it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll pick up. I'll enjoy seeing it on the video or whatnot. But I do want it because I want number 3. Number 3 isn't released over here on Blu-ray, which is stupid because every other one is. What's that?
That makes no sense.
No, it doesn't make sense because in Europe, number 3 is released in a box set. I think in Germany. But yeah, so I probably will buy it. I don't know if I'm going to buy it on release date or not, because I still want the Stray Rock collection, which is these Japanese film series. As for the Bond set, what I was talking about, when they released the original Bond set that came out, the Digibook one, when you pulled them out and you opened it.
Right.
They had spotted it for Skyfall, and I said to Donna, to everybody I know, well, there's no one for any of the newer ones, is there?
Right.
Well, they're re-releasing it again, and they're doing it in a different one where it's like in 3 cases with Blu-rays in it with a poster book for $209. And again, it's not going to have space in it for Spectre. So what's the bloody point?
Yep. So then after that comes out, you have to. When that comes out, then they'll put out another one with Spectre in it for another, $195.
Yeah, I mean, I know people will buy this stuff because they're Bond fans, but that's why I buy them separately.
Yep. Some like that, there'll always be another Bond film, always.
Exactly. There'll always be another Bond film because Bond's one of the greatest creations of all time, But I don't see I don't know where they're going to go with it because the series is getting a bit stale now.
Well, they need a new Bond.
I don't think it's that. I think it's because they're going to after the next 2 films, I think it's the fact that they're not doing it the way it's meant to be. There weren't any cool gadgets in Skyfall. There wasn't any of that fun. It was very dark, and I know it was meant to be dark, and I know the darkness was good to a certain time. But
Right.
I think that Spectre could make it better, or it could make it worse. From what I've seen in the trailer, it looks awful.
Yeah, it didn't look. Daniel Craig's too old. And the story looks really, really bad.
Plus there's this whole race discrimination thing going on now where a lot of people say we should have Idris Elba as Bond next.
Right.
And I think there's a mixed bag on it. Because there's people that say no because Bond wasn't black, and there's yes because we need a new spice. Like we need to add something new. But so it'd be interesting to see what happens after Daniel Craig's time's up. Because at one point people said Will Smith was going to be Bond, and I was like, really, Will Smith?
God, no way. Ooh.
I can see Idris Elba because he's got class. He is that type of guy. He's got class, and you can imagine him being a Bond guy. But Will Smith, no. Do I think that they should stick to the description in the books? Yes. But at the same time, we live in a new world. We live in a new generation where we can mix things up a bit. We can add something new to it. But again, Idris Elba's getting to that age as well, where he's getting to being too old to be Bond as well.
Well, I think that to me, fans who basically demand change in some kind of movie series are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have input in the previous other 7 or 8 titles or whatever, however many there are, and you love those movies. Why do you think now is the time for you to well, they better change Bond, or they better, what's going to change?
Well, do you know what? On one of those plots, I believe you should stick with the books. If the books describe the person as being, let's say, Mexican, and he was a strong Mexican guy who did weightlifting, whatever, and he was this, the guy should be Mexican. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the guy is meant to be English and Caucasian, he should be Caucasian. If he's meant to be black, he should be black. That's the way I see it myself, because I think you should follow the things. A lot of people get angry with that view because they think that that's racist. I don't, but I think if they want to do it that way, that's up to them.
The guy who wrote all the original stuff, that's just that's his vision. Yeah, Ian Fleming. That's his vision of Bond. That's his right to envision.
The vision of Bond was based on Ian Fleming himself because he was a spy.
Right.
If you look at Bond and Napoleon Solo, they're both the same.
Right.
Except one's American and one's English. Because Napoleon Solo was made to rival Bond by Ian Fleming himself.
Didn't do well.
No, but it's funny because in the return to Man from U.N.C.L.E., you've got JB in it, played by George Lazenby, which is one of the most terriblest bits ever in film.
Yeah. George Lazenby.
But yeah, I always say the common thing, right? People say Bond should be different ethnicity, but if you went out there and we said, John, let's say there was a film out about Martin Luther King, went, John is going to play Martin Luther King, people would go mental.
Yeah.
Right? People would go mental if I said I was going to play Che in a movie.
Right.
Right? People would go mental if I said, you know what, I'm going to play Saddam Hussein in a movie. You get what I mean?
Right.
But people get angry at that stuff. It's worse we should get angry over it because that would be ridiculous casting, right?
Yeah.
And Bond is different to being like Martin Luther King or anything because they're real people, you know. But I think people take this stuff too seriously, and I think you should always stick with the book content.
And then if they start changing everything, then then the Bond movies will die.
I mean, Moneypenny in the books was a Caucasian with red hair.
Yeah.
They've now made a black girl with brunette hair, and she works, and it's fantastic, and I like it. You know, but it's different to how the books describe Moneypenny. And I think if you read the books and you're a purist in that sense, which luckily I'm not, that would bug you. You know, but you know, it's the thing is we live in a world now where it's all about what's right for everybody, and sometimes you can't be right for everybody. And you know, I'll say it myself, I'm not a racist. I believe everybody should have a fair chance, and I believe everybody deserves to get a shot if they're appropriate for the role.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, I won't like it if they change it, but I'll probably get used to it and still enjoy it anyway.
For me, I don't like them to have this whole public outcry of they should do this, and fans like this, and they should do that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if the guy who's in charge of creating it is like, you know what, maybe we should do some changes and then suggest changes instead of trying to bow to pressure from anybody.
Yeah.
How to change a character that's been the same way for 50 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So, maybe if they change it to, a black guy, hey, Reno might revive the series. Maybe.
Maybe.
Or they might find some other British actor that's absolutely perfect for the role. It's like 30 years old. That's perfect. And then, they go another 20 years with.
The thing is, if they do make Blonde a black guy, or Bond's not blonde, Bond, I want them to have him smart and intelligent. I don't want him to do this thing because I've noticed in films, some films can be very, very racist, right? You'll get like a black guy who's supposed to be playing a really smart guy like Bond, and he'll constantly use that slang. And you're like, but that's not how it should be. Why are you doing this?
Right.
Because they feel that's going to aim at certain audiences. Well, if Bond is Bond, then he should be smart. He should be, that kind of guy.
Should be more. That's the word, dapper and just.
Yeah. Past that stuff.
Yeah.
And I hope if they do pick Idris Elba and he does do it, and he's not too old for it, I hope they keep him who he is, like in Luther. Because in Luther, he's a very smart guy. And I want him to keep him Bond style because he could pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, Daniel Craig, hopefully this is his last Bond because he's way past.
It's got one more after this one.
Good lord.
Because when Daniel Craig was picked, everybody got angry because he's blonde. Everybody went, you can't have Daniel Craig because he's blonde. No one wants a blonde Bond. And everybody went mental over it. There were petitions and everything.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy, And I remember just thinking because he was blonde,
Yeah, people just temperamental and just want things a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't get, they have that real tissue fit.
They don't. Well, I don't know if James is still here because he hasn't answered any questions yet. He hasn't asked any questions.
Hope I didn't scare him away.
James, if you're still there, please ask some questions. It'd be nice.
He just a quick pop in, hello, and that was it, I guess. I don't know. And as far as on YouTube,
We haven't had any more comments for them.
just John Calvert, and that's it. Come on, John, throw some more our way. So what else were we talking about, Malcolm?
Willy pumps. Right, I know you've had a lot of experience with these. So why don't you describe to us about the feeling and how it helped?
Swedish-made penis enlarge pump.
Yes, there you go.
Sorry, I will refer to the expert. So please go ahead.
Well, I learned everything I knew about from you, from your dedication. You described it to me and said to me, Mal, we should talk about this. So I'm going to leave it over to you.
Oh, sorry, I'm taking some dictation at the moment. Sorry.
Dictation. That was brilliant.
Yeah, see, there you go. So you caught that. You got that. Very good.
Well,
now, how about something we can actually talk about without laughing?
Yes. Okay. Let's see. Let's talk about bathrooms.
And this is not talking about trees.
You love the trees.
Oh, no.
So you just said you love trees.
I didn't say that.
You did, because you went, at least not talking about trees again. No, let's see. What's your favourite room in your place?
My bedroom. Why?
What do you like so much about your bedroom?
My wife.
Well, that's not your. It's in your bedroom. That's not your bedroom, is it?
In my bedroom, my wife.
What I mean is, what makes you so comfortable in your bedroom?
My bed.
So, would you say your bed? Would you say your bed is your favourite part of your place?
Yes.
Is it memory foam?
No, but we did put more. We have a regular, box spring mattress. We put some foam over the top, and actually helped a lot.
Oh, because that's what Donna's got that on ours. We've got that little memory foam bit.
Yeah.
And we've got the thing because we've got a big wooden bed.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah. It's the bed is so much comfortable with that just a little bit on there.
Yeah. I spent like $20. Put it on there, and it makes a hell of a difference.
It is. It's awesome.
And things we get to watch because the dogs love being on there like that, trying to dig into the cushion.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, I've got a serious subject now. That subject is, if you could make a 5-minute movie, what would it be about?
Music.
It'd be about music, but what about music? Like, how would you do it?
Quick origin of metal music. Origins of
Nice.
metal music.
Could you do that in 5 minutes?
Yes, I could.
Nice. That would be an awesome little movie because it's called a short movie, isn't it?
Yeah, because I just bring up because Black Sabbath started it all. Then basically jump to like Angel Witch, Metallica. Then it got heavier and heavier. Godsmack, Disturbed, and Lamb of God. And I could do that easy.
Okay, sounds awesome. We got a comment. Hello, how are we all? That's you, Luke.
Well, oh, I am your father. Hello, Luke.
Hi, Luke. I'm doing very well, thank you. How about yourself? I think I'd like to make like a short 5-minute movie. I watched one the other day about a woman who's in a relationship with a boyfriend. I'm not sure if they're husband and wife. I can't remember. It was because I watched it, but I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
To that bit. And they're really happy, and she starts going blind.
Oh, wow.
And she gets really aggressive with him. Basically, she doesn't want him helping her or anything.
Right.
And she still goes to work and gets on a bus and that with like the cane thing.
Right.
And he follows her to work every day, helps her, and she doesn't even notice it. All the way until she gets in the building and sits down at her table. And he never ever tells her. He helps her by pushing fruit over so she can grab hold of it easily. And she never knows. And he says at the end of it, he doesn't even need her to know because just doing it is what makes it so special.
What movie is that?
It wasn't a movie. It was on YouTube.
That sounds awesome.
I downloaded it, so let me have a look.
Yeah. You pull up on your history. Let me try to find it.
Let me have a look. I downloaded it because I worry about things being taken down. Where are we? Just give me 1 sec to find it.
Yep.
There it is. It's called. Okay. That's not it. Oh, it's called Blind Devotion.
Blind Devotion.
Blind Devotion. It was amazing. You should watch it. It's only like 8 minutes long. But it brought a tear to my eye, John. It touched my heart, I tell you.
Blind Devotion. Jubilee Project short film?
Yeah, that's it. It touched my heart, and I just can't believe it. It was just so incredible to watch.
Yeah. Now it'll be on my history when we're done.
Okay, good thinking. Oh, okay.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you wait until you see it, you'll see what I mean, and it's just one of those things that makes you understand. I think if you're in love as well, it's one of those things that affects you even more.
Yeah.
Because you can understand the pain that they're both going through, and it's just one of those things that made me want to do a short movie of me and Donna. It made me want to just do like a little movie, and it made me want to kind of show how much we love each other in that movie, because it was so touching, you know.
You got to get a really nice camera and start doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, am I going to get a really nice camera, Joe? I need to do a Kickstarter. Help me get a new camera.
Yeah, and what would you offer people who donate more than normal?
I'd offer them pictures of me.
Oh, that'll do it.
They'd like that, you know. A digital photo shoot with me, going.
What does $100 get me? Anal.
Yeah, to them, not to me, to them. Oh dear! Just need to make that clear, to them, not to me. Oh dear!
That's funny.
Okay, well.
How is there? No, same one.
I'm
checking out YouTube.
That was great because you went like this, you went, and then you went, "Oh, same one."
A question? No.
I always wonder why people never ask questions. It's like they sit there, but they don't want to ask questions.
So when I'm on the Monday chats, I'm just like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, bam, here's this one, there's that one. Oh yeah, boom, boom, boom. And if I'm on a chat, that's what I'm like, even though they never get asked or mentioned. So I'm like, boom, 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 and I'm like, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And I'm like, come on, guys, but get some more. You know, we've got. Oh, here we go. You've seen the new X-Men trailer yet? What do you think of Apocalypse? I think he looks bad.
Doesn't impress me. The X-Men movies haven't really done anything for me. Once they started going, with the younger crowd, I don't like them at all.
I've seen so much about this Apocalypse stuff.
Yeah.
And I've seen so much about the character. And I've seen people going about who looks like Victor Ooze out of bloody, Ivan Ooze or whatever his bloody name is in Power Rangers.
Right.
I don't care what his name is. He's Oozy to me. Oozy Boozy. And, to be honest with you, I wish people would stop complaining, Wait, like you said, wait till the movie comes out. I've watched every every X-Men movie. God, getting X-Files and X-Men mixed up. I must be very bad. I've watched every X-Men movie except for Days of Future Past at the minute. Right. And I own Days of Future Past, just ain't got around to watching it. And I like them. I don't think they're great. I think they are fairly decent. I don't think they're that good at movies. First Class was fairly decent, but I like John. I don't like the younger cast because it feels like they're just redoing the series again.
Well, to me, I get tired of prequels. You'll have 3 movies in the series. Like I'm afraid of eventually that they're going to have the origins, the other origins of all the Iron Man, and all the other crap.
Well, apparently they're going to do origins of Storm and stuff.
Oh, jeez. See,
You know.
they're just doing too much.
I think X-Men should have stuck with the X-Men and the Wolverine movies.
Yep.
I think Wolverine was strong enough to be in movies on his own, but I do think that they both sucked.
The Wolverine movies, they've done too many.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed Wolverine Origins, not because it was a good movie, but because I just enjoyed the relationship between Wolverine and his brother. You know, and when you think Deadpool was in that movie and sucked, you know,
and cut off. Stupid.
Yeah, and the fact that Ryan Reynolds was doing that and he's in it still was incredible because it's continually actually happening.
Yeah.
But the Wolverine one, the one where he was in Japan, was horrendous.
Yeah.
It even had ninjas in it. It was still horrendous. The whole story about the guy being in the metal robot thing was just like...
It was stupid.
As for the new movie, I'm not really looking forward to it. I don't look forward to superhero movies because we have too many of them, you know. I'll probably wait a couple of years and then pick 10 of them up cheap in a sale or something and go, oh, okay, I'll finally watch it. I haven't watched Guardians of the Galaxy yet.
Either way.
Donna has.
I've heard it's decent.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. I mean, Donna rented it and said, did I want to see it? And I said, no, I'd rather wait till I pick on Blu-ray cheap, you know. But, you know, I'm not one who rushes out to watch superhero movies because to me they're all the same. You know, Earth is in danger, heroes can't bait, we think it's all over, we figure out a massive plan and then we stop them. You know?
Last Avenger. Hugh Jackman will be ending his run as Wolverine after the third film. Who would you like to see as his replacement?
Daniel Radcliffe.
No way.
Daniel Radcliffe.
No.
I think Daniel Radcliffe could play a great Wolverine, don't you?
Oh yeah, someone who's about what? Someone who's 5'6" and no muscle, playing Wolverine.
Oh. That just went everywhere.
Whose last turn on Broadway had a story of him in love with a horse. That's great.
Well, I guess that would make him Wolverine, wouldn't it? Because he'd be half animal. Honestly, somebody playing Wolverine. You know what? You got any ideas?
Well, I mean, how many guys can be that big and pull that off without, unless it, David, who's the kid from Twilight that's the bigger brother?
Oh, are you talking about the wolf one?
He played Hercules. You know, right before the one with the Rock.
Got no idea.
Oh, let me check. I'm dreaming that's but I'll figure it out.
I think I know who could play him. Ryan Gosling.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not.
Let's see. I'm trying to think through people. But it's most of the people I would have said they're all too old now. You know, I know who could play him.
Who?
Donnie Yen.
He's too old.
He don't look that old.
Yeah, but what is what, like 50?
He's like 54. Plus he's Asian, and Wolverine wasn't Asian, was he?
Kellen Lutz.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
Who could it be? Let's have a look.
Yeah, I mean, he has the build for it.
I know. Bradley Cooper.
I hope. God, no.
It'd be great.
Nah.
It'd have to be a young guy, wouldn't it? But saying that, I can't imagine Wolverine being in any of the other movies without being Hugh Jackman because of how many movies he's been in as Wolverine.
He's been in what, like 5 or 6?
I'm sure. No, he's been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Jesus Christ.
He was in First Class as a cameo.
Yeah.
But it still counts, you know.
Yeah, of course.
And he was in the 2 movies, so he's been in all 5 of the main movies.
Mhm.
So that's 7 movies, and then the last Wolverine movie will be the 8th one. So how can you replace him? You know, I know he's giving it up, but I mean, it's going to be hard to have somebody else in that role.
Well, though, I mean, I don't know. I think Helen Lutz might be able to do it.
No.
We'll
Sorry.
see. We'll see.
No. I don't think anyone should do it, except me.
You know, I don't know if they would accept an English guy with no muscle. I don't know. If they do
What are you
that.
on about? I've got muscle. I've got a 6-pack under it.
What is it, Budweiser or Bud Light?
Like I say to you, boy, it's a 6-pack. It's just taking a holiday.
That's a long long holiday.
But yeah, I can't imagine Hugh Jackman being replaced as Wolverine. I think
they'll find somebody.
Oh, they will. But I mean, it's going to be hard because I think a lot of people don't care. But I think when you do care about the cameo, Wolverine's the best character on the whole thing anyway.
And to have the character, was it Jubilee? All she does is like throw spots on everybody's face. I don't understand that one at all.
Well, they're making a Gambit movie, aren't they?
Yeah, with what's his name from
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
They say he's got the right face for it. I can't imagine him as Gambit.
He throws cards. Ooh, you know.
Gambit it's funny because in the animated show, Gambit was one of my favourite because I like the way he did it, you know, in the animation. But I can't imagine it in film.
I can't imagine a 2-hour film of just that. I don't know.
And I always liked my favourite X-Men were Wolverine, Cyclops, and Gambit. Oh, and Rogue. But not the Rogue in the movies, Rogue in the animated show.
Yeah.
Because Rogue in the animated show was far better. You know?
Now, who's the other, Sabretooth?
Yeah.
I like Sabretooth.
Did you like Juggernaut?
I don't remember that one.
Vinnie Jones played him in, I think it was the 3rd one. Juggernaut! Oh!
I don't remember that, no.
Well, you know, they did a great job of replacing Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen.
Well, I mean, you got Michael Fassbender, so yeah.
Well, Michael Fassbender plays a fantastic Magneto. I mean, you'd really believe he was Ian McKellen younger in the films. And James McAvoy is all right as Patrick Stewart, as Charles Xavier. He does a decent job.
Yeah.
You know, but Magneto's where it's at. I never get watching First Class in the cinema. I never get that bit where the coin goes in his mum's head or whatever it is, and he watches it, and then he does the same thing at the end. It's just like, you know what I mean? I freaked out of that. I remember being in the cinema going, yeah!
I can see you getting all fired up and shit.
You know, I remember trying to do it. I remember trying to lift the coin up. Like,
no way. Really?
Yeah, after watching that, I sat there for like 2 hours trying to lift it up. Just because I was like, that was such a cool thing. I have to do that.
Did you ever accomplish it?
I got close. it went like this.
Got close, huh?
With practice, it could happen.
I don't know, man. I think you're kind of slow.
That kind of slow. Maybe that. I want a Spider-Man Fantastic Four movie.
That'd be cool.
I want that.
In the white outfits?
Yeah. Me and Donna were in the comic store the other day, and she went, "What's this?" And she had a poster. They had a poster in there, you know, like one of those things you think to buy.
Sure.
And it had the Fantastic Four Spider-Man, the white outfits. I was like, that would be an epic movie.
Now, what's that group called? There's a certain name for it, isn't there?
Let's have a look quickly, because I always get this mixed up. Let's have a look. The new Fantastic Four.
Was that it?
Yeah.
I thought there was a different name for them. And then the Future Foundation. That's what it is.
Okay, I've got one.
Yeah, the Future Foundation.
Okay. Cool. Go.
It sounds like a bunch of wrestlers from the WWE.
It does, doesn't it?
They didn't have the outfits for it.
But yeah, I knew I got it wrong because I always get that wrong because, well, I've not seen a lot of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not in recent years, anyway. But yeah, it's one of those things that I'd love to say.
That would actually be great.
But I feel like we won't see it for probably another 10, 20 years.
Oh, at least. It'll be a while.
You know, I believe, because I reckon if Fantastic Four goes well, they want to combine it with, what was it, Guardians of the Galaxy or something?
There's something that they're going to combine it with, yeah.
Yeah, they want to make it go into something else. Or like something to do with Marvel or something, like, you know, like the Avengers or something like that. But I think I think the problem is they're going to end up with too many people in the kitchen.
Too many characters.
Yeah, you know, like too many cooks in the kitchen when they need to. Because the Avengers are great and everything, but I feel like some characters don't get fully developed.
Well, because Thor is supposed to be a big part of it. And Thor was barely in the last one.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I hate Thor.
why?
With more hammer from Asgard, I shall rain on you. And you're like, what the? You're like, this guy's supposed to be like a god, and he can get hit, and he can be like this. I've lost my hammer. And you're like, supposed to be a god, yet your hammer's your life, is it? Oh, my hammer.
Is that where he gets his power from? Some of his power from too?
If you take away his hammer and you call it his penis, he goes, I need my penis. You know, and it's just like this. And he goes, oh, help me with my penis. It's just like, oh. Then you get Captain America, who's like, look at my shiny shield. You change that to a shiny bum, right? And you go like this, look at my shiny bum. I need my penis. You know, you're like,
are you making the porn versions of these characters? What are you doing?
it sounds like it, doesn't it? But, yeah, I'm just saying, you know, it's like, I remember watching the first Thor and thinking, this isn't a right film, you know?
Right.
But Thor is so brash in the first one. He's like this. He's like, oh, I am Thor of Asgard. I will end you. I will do this. And my daddy's daddy cool. And all this. And you're like, come on. Right? And he swings that hammer and goes, woo, look at me, woohoo, I can do tricks, you know? Then when he loses it, it's like this. Yeah. You can do this. And he goes, and he says his dad's basically forsaken him and stopped him from doing it. And then all of a sudden, he dies and a hammer comes. And you're like, come on, sell out. You know? The hammer comes and then he gets all his gear on. He doesn't dress in the morning. It just floats on when he picks up the hammer. Right? You know, I thought he got dressed, but no. He gets down there, it just goes, ooh. So that means every day he already has that stuff already on him, but it's invisible.
Yeah, when he goes to bed, he hangs the hammer on the hook and his gear flies off of him. He falls asleep.
Yeah, it's like, you know, he floats up in the air, it goes, and he goes to sleep. And his hammer goes across somewhere else. Then when it comes, he goes, oh, and then he gets up. What's this? What about Fantastic Four versus the X-Men? That's possible with Fox owning both the rights. What are your thoughts on the new Fantastic Four movie? You've seen the trailer. I've no interest in it whatsoever.
Actually, the Four versus the X-Men actually sounds pretty decent.
Do you know what? I think that'd be kind of interesting, especially if they threw Spider-Man in the works. That'd be great. You know, I think it could work. You know, because when you think about it, they're both technically scientists. You know, like Group.
True.
They're both very intelligent, so they could easily fight each other and actually have a proper war.
But the thing is, what would they actually fight about? They're all about good and all that everything else, you know.
They could fight about They could fight about Miss Invisible being invisible and they'll want to see her naked. Basically, this is what happened. Miss Invisible would go around the X-Men and they'd go, and she'd go, hey, hi, I need some help. And they'd go, what's going on? And she'd go, I'm naked. And they'll go, oh, hello, hello, hello. And that's how the fight starts.
And what was that again?
Hello, 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 hello.
It's one of the mission.
As for the new Fantastic Four movie, it looks terrible.
It looks horrible. The person they picked to play Sue Storm is, I've seen the actress before. She is horrible.
I've seen her in a few things, and she's never been somebody I'd think as being high up on the radar of being good.
Nope. I mean, Jessica Alba played it decently.
I tell you, they should have got to play her. They should have got Rachel McAdams.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I think that would have made sense because she's a proper actress. You know what I mean?
But as far as the torch looks okay.
He looks like he burnt himself. That's brilliant. That was good. You gotta admit, that was a good one.
And the guy who plays Stretch is that kid's too young.
Yeah.
So I think the casting choices were very, very bad.
Crap.
And the movie looks very, very horrible.
Well, there's two coming out, aren't there?
Is there?
And I think it's supposed to be. People are hoping it's better than the last ones, but I didn't mind the last ones too much. I thought they were silly, and I thought they didn't make sense in a lot of ways. And I thought, what's the guy's name? Dr. Doom.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was fantastic. I love Dr. Doom.
Well, the guy who played him, the guy who was in Nip Tuck.
Julian McMahon.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He is. It was awesome. It is one of those actors which really hasn't had that much work, really, for how good he is.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, I thought the Silver Surfer was a great, like semi-villain, whatever the hell he was,
No.
I liked it a lot.
No.
And I say that because, again, my buddy did the storyboard for the movie.
No.
He did.
I'm sorry. I can't accept that. Silver Surfer was played by Lawrence Fishburne, wasn't it? Voice. And the whole character sucked monkey balls. Because he came down, he got knocked off his shirt. Oh, again, like before. I need my shield. I need my surfboard. Without my surfboard, I can't do anything. I'm tied up. Storm, help me. Storm? No, it's not Storm. We're the Fantastic Four. This ain't X-Men. Oh, help me. Help me. I will die without my board. Watch me as I slip in and out my board in a very dirty way. Ooh, 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 ooh. What? And then he goes up and he goes, look, I'm going to stop it from crumbling. And you're just like,
Are you done now?
I'm not even close. I'm not even close. I could go on for hours doing this. Because before that, Silver Surfer was going to have his own movie and it got cancelled because of how shit he was in that movie.
Probably.
No, that's it. That's why it got cancelled.
I thought the movie was decent.
You thought that movie was decent?
Yeah. We can't always agree, Malcolm.
Well, we can. Well, one of us has taste, and the other one doesn't, obviously. So, it's okay.
Yeah, don't put yourself down. I mean, jeez.
This
isn't the forum for that.
So I was looking in the mirror and I saw you. I was so. Oh dear. But anyway, no, I didn't think it was that good. I liked the first one more.
Oh yeah, much better, much more.
I felt like that one was a lot better. I felt like Silver Surfer was poorly executed. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Silver Surfer could have done a lot more than he did in the movie, other than just be handcuffed, going, "I can't move. Help me! Help me! Help!" I wanted to put a video up with me, go like this. Help me! Help me! I'm a Silver Surfer. Help me! That's what I felt like, The cartoon series is far superior.
Oh, of course.
I want a Spider-Woman's movie.
Oh, the Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
That would be actually quite interesting.
Yeah.
I always want to see Spider-Man get off with, like another superhero woman. And then I want him to get her pregnant and they'll have like a spider-ice child who can move like Spider-Man and has like legs, but also is like made of ice so they can crumble all the time. And it takes them like 20 minutes to come back while doing fights. So, but when they fight somebody
God.
So when they fight someone like Magneto and he drops like this big metal pallet on it, it just crushes them and they go, I'll be back and help you guys in a few minutes. And then comes back, it's like, here I go, splat. Here I go, splat. That'd be awesome.
Gee, why you've never been hired by Hollywood, I don't know.
Forex Oracle says, anybody actually from Greece here?
Nope. Don't know why that was asked, but okay.
I wonder if it's because they think Geek is Greek.
Maybe.
No one is from Greece. I'm guessing you may be.
The Greeky chat.
Get him to the Greek.
There you go.
There you go. But
That's
yeah,
it's actually a decently funny movie.
that's a brilliant movie. I found this the other day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, The Walking Dead. I'm thinking about making my own comic called The Walking Squid.
The Walking
And basically,
want to hear this?
basically, the Earth gets taken over. The character in it's called Dick Rhymes, and basically he wakes up out of being in a coma after being shot, and he wants to go to Atlanta to find his family. Right,
Okay.
so he meets a guy called Moriarty, and basically stays with him and his son, and then he goes off. And outside, it turns out that his wife and his child's mother turned into a squid that walks around. And there's other squids on the ground moving about. Now, they get scared because these squids are very dangerous. And the child looks at the thing and the squid goes up like this, goes, all right. And, well, he eventually finds his family and finds his best friend, Dwayne. And it turns out that Dwayne's been getting off with Corey, his wife, and his son Charles is basically confused. Well, long story short, there's going to be like loads and loads of comics, and I'm going to release them. And there's going to be a guy called Flen, and there's going to be some people in it called Fam and Dam, and a whole lot of other people. Flannel is going to be in it. Who's going to be like a redneck.
Flannel, really?
Yeah, Flannel. And Cheryl is going to be his brother. So that's going to look forward to seeing my comic book when it gets released. It will be like black and white print as well.
That'll be phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, mark that on my calendar real quick.
You're just so excited about that, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Just I can really, actually right now I can't even contain myself.
That's because you're clicking, trying to look for pre-ordered copies.
Exactly.
Well, what happened there?
No, that was my speaker.
Oh, okay.
I went back to the YouTube page to see if anybody had asked any question.
No questions on the YouTube page, John?
Not that I see.
Oh, dear.
Let's probably start wrapping up. It's been almost 3 hours.
Oh, shit. All right, we'll wrap it up. Okay, guys, if you've got any questions, you've got 2 minutes to ask them. And if you don't ask them, then we're going to head off.
Yep.
So we're going to give you 2 more minutes to ask any quick questions. So get them in very quickly. And we're going to head off out in 2 minutes.
In our own directions.
Yes, in our own directions. I'll be going in this direction. John will be going into this direction. We'll be both going right and left down a forked road. What will be in the middle of that road? Nobody will ever know.
Wasn't there a British show called Left, Right, and Center?
Yeah.
I used to watch that growing up.
Did you like it?
Oh, it's freaking cool. Left, Right, and Center. I always remember that show.
Left, right, and down the centre.
Yep.
Left, right, and centre.
Nothing. Well, James came in and said hello, and that was it. Oh, there we go. Oh, brother.
That's just. Did you read it, or did you just say, "Oh, brother"?
No, I read it.
No, I was going to say. What I like about this is when this came out, and the Luke Craigpool went, "Thanks for ruining it."
Thanks for spoiling it for everybody else.
But what was I going to say to you? Yeah, James, he came and said I didn't say anything else, did they? I guess he just said a line and left.
I don't know, mate.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to ask any more questions.
So you gonna watch some more flicks today? Movies today?
Yeah, I'm probably going to watch that. Master was fantastic. Remind me, I bet I'll send you the ISO of that, the Master.
Yeah, please.
I'll put it in Skype in a minute. I'm probably going to watch. I'm watching Shaolin Invincible or Invincible Shaolin next. The
Excellent.
one I showed you earlier. And if I do feel like watching another one, I might watch, because I've got such a small decision to make, a small choice. I might watch Shaolin Handlock.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Well, you usually give yourself a hand lock, so.
Well, every man has a hand lock. No, I'm saying.
So you got that. I can't read it, but you got it.
Have we got one more comment on the thing? No. Okay. Well, John, would you like to say your goodbyes?
Yes. Well, thank you, Malcolm. We started way earlier than normal, but we got there, so it was awesome. Thank you, Last Avenger and James, for your hello for whatever reason. And don't want to forget John Calvert. Thank you for your questions. And anybody afterward, leave comments and we will respond back as soon as we can.
Yeah, we will.
And hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll see you again very, very soon.
So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Last Avenger, Forex Oracle. Maybe one day we'll get someone from Greece in here just for you to keep watching. Thanks, John Calvert, and thanks, James, for saying hello. I know why you did, because we're like, hello. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Thank John for being here. It's great having John in the chat again. Been sorely missed, and it's glad to have you in the chat again. So thanks for being here. Thanks for taking the time out.
Of course.
And as always, you're great. You're a great co-host. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a lovely day and a lovely weekend, and we'll catch you soon.
See you soon. Thanks.
Check out Movie Magic Gaming Gurus on Monday.
12:30.
Be there or be square.
That's right.